welcome to 5 Foot Step. We're an actual play show brought to you by the folks at RMI TV and the Melbourne Dungeons & Dragons Adventurers League group. We're here tonight to tell a story together, so it's only fitting that I first acknowledge the oldest storytellers on this land and their ongoing culture of telling stories that continue to this day. We meet tonight on the unceded lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and I pay my respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. Always was and always will be Aboriginal land. Before we begin, I would like to mention that we take consent and respect very seriously, and as such, we have included safety tools in our games. I've invited my players to share any lines and veils that they would like implemented before we start. Additionally, we have X cards on the table that can be used at any times while we're all here to have a good time playing together, and this includes having a safe and respectful table. Our story this season brings us to the remote island of Chult, a place where dinosaurs still roam the vast jungles and danger and excitement lurk around every corner. Fear and panic is spreading as any magic that can bring a creature back from the dead has suddenly stopped working, and those who have previously been brought back are withering and dying again. Welcome to 5 Foot Step, Episode 6, Fester and Burn. Hi, my name's Joel and I'm the Dungeon Master for tonight's session. Before we begin, let's go around the table and have the players introduce themselves and their characters, and we'll start with Ari.
Cool. I'm Ari. My character is called Iroquois Janssen, otherwise called Indiana Auto Gnome. I built a character to basically raid tombs, but we've just been wandering around the jungle or the city so far, so fingers crossed this week get to raid a tomb.
Hi, my name is Vic. I am playing Cole, who is a Paladin of Tomara, a Warlock of the Raven Queen, newly chosen of Ubtao?
That's right, it was Ubtao.
Big Daddy God.
Big Daddy God. Sweaty, but in no way taking off her armour.
Hi, I'm Stephen. I'm playing Holly. She has matured up a little bit from a small goblin to a more mature goblin. She is a celestial warlock and with a little bit of chaos.
And last but not least...
Hi, I'm Siobhan. I'm playing Ada Emerson, a big, buff, former soldier lady who has been probably helping clean up a bit around Port Nyanzaru after whatever happened just before she got here. And she's managed to upgrade her armor a little bit, but it's still very metal and she's still very sweaty.
All right, with the sweatiness noted, after braving the jungles of Chult in search of a new base of operations, our heroes have returned to Port Nyanzaru, where they find a new threat knocking at their door. 3 of our adventurers had been off in the jungle searching for a new base of operations for some of the factions, and some of those quest givers last time, they decided not to take on too many of the benefits because some of them you just didn't like. Alistair Bowl, not a fan?
No.
No, we don't like Alistair Bowl. So we didn't stay in the rich part of town. Instead, they have been staying in the poor section around Executioner's Run, staying at the Hold Up. That's where Holly, as one of the champions of Chult in the Day of the Races, has been joining the group. And for the last few days, it's been status quo. More adventurers coming down from the north. We've also been seeing an increase in undead, obviously coming both in the jungles of Chult, but also inside the city itself.
Very bad.
Which is never a good thing. This morning, though, as you go out, do your daily tasks, whether it be visiting the markets, potentially trying to look for new insect repellent, de-sweating cloth material for your armours.
Yeah, a lot of hankies.
Are we in the old city?
So close to the old city,
Because there are a bunch of ziggurats in the old city.
Yes,
right?
there is a bunch of ziggurats.
As an
in the old-
archaeologist, I'd be.
Yes, and that's probably one of the reasons why Iroquois would want to stay in the old city compared to the newer sections of town. But getting back to the hold-up, you do come across a sign on the door, and the door locked. Now, fortunately, as very smart adventurers in Adventurers League, you didn't leave any of your things behind.
No,
because-
that's good.
I walk around constantly with a huge backpack.
Yeah, huge backpack, shield ready at the
I don't have a
at the
shield.
ready. No, not the shield ready. Good. 'Cause that takes a good action to strap on. The door's locked, and a note on the door saying, "Please go see Pockmark Poe in Executioner's Run. The hold-up is closed until further notice due to the sudden disappearance of our beloved Mirboro Yan."
Oh no.
Mirboro, the owner of the establishment, has been looking after you the last few days. Lovely Cholton woman. However, according to this sign, is missing. And
Well, that's the adventure, right? Go find her.
Yeah.
yes,
Good.
that's it. Just go find a lovely Cholton woman in the city. No ziggurats, no death, no undead, no
Great.
sweatiness involved at all.
Amazing.
Sounds great.
Excellent.
How would you like to run this bar?
Yeah.
I need a drink.
In good news, the sun is setting. It's getting towards dusk. And heading over towards Executioner's Run, on the lookout for Pockmark Poe, you come across a crowd of labourers, 4 people deep, clustered around a circular low wall that crowns a stone-lined pit. The humid evening air carries jeers and a little bit of body odour as you hurry towards the mob. I know, it's very... Yes, you realise you sniff, it's not yourselves.
Surprising.
I don't need to smell.
No,
Says
you
that.
are an auto-gnome. You are
Can
good.
you choose
Just
to
turns
smell?
it off.
Yeah, just turns it off. I'm
factory
sure
settings.
Holly has something up her sleeve to turn it back on, though. We'll leave that questioning for later on. As you fight through the crowds, though, hearing the roars, not just from the crowd, but of beasts, you get to look at the action below. Down in the pit in Executioner's Run, a wailing male albino dwarf, dressed in rags, tumbles to and fro, narrowly avoiding the snapping jaws of a powerful bipedal dinosaur. Sweat pours down the exhausted prisoner's brow. He has no chance of defeating the beast. Above it all, almost sitting prince-like, you would say, a pocked-faced man in a raised bamboo chair, surrounded by a small cadre of young Cholton women. His single good eye looks in the direction of the 4 of you, whilst his other milky eye in his head goes its own way. He motions at you with gnarled hands. "Ah, the answers to my prayers. Come quickly, friends. There is not much time." Realising that the individual fits the description of Pockmark Poe, and the young women around him, 2 of them move over and kind of, as they approach the crowd, even though they're jeering and screaming down at the scene below in the Executioner's Run, they do start to part, as if like almost a mystic force moves them away. And the way is clear to walk up to Pockmark Poe
Yeah.
to engage with him. If you choose to do something else, well, that's not in the script.
I was wondering if Pockmark Poe was like, you know how you call big dudes tiny?
Yeah.
You think he's beautiful?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
thought it might have been the case.
Is he beautiful?
No, this man is...
Well, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? But
I don't want to find a beholder.
Yeah, well, if some people find beholders beautiful and
they'd also
sexy,
find Pockmark Poe.
I don't think anyone would find Pockmark Poe beautiful and sexy. But, each to their own.
That's actually really sad.
I, having played season 7, know about Pockmark Poe, but do our characters like... Because he's quite well known in the area, right?
whilst he's sitting there in a commanding presence, you are aware that in the city of Port Nyanzaru, there are merchant princes that kind of control different aspects of the city. In the old part of the city where you are, and executioners run, and where the poorer folk live, the merchant princes kind of leave it to to the people, and that's where beggar princes now arise. Pokmak Po being probably one of the strongest or most powerful and influential individual there. So yeah, you've heard of him. You know he's carries a bit of weight. In the old part of town, he's the equivalent of a merchant prince. So one of the lords, so to speak.
Is he's paying attention to us now, not the
Yes.
albino dwarf that's...
Yeah, he's looking directly with his one good eye directly at the four of you. And
Do you want to take the lead?
you can hear the screaming from the dwarf down below. As you keep an eye out there,
Yeah.
he's okay, but...
I think Cole's going to be like, what's going on with that?
He didn't just fall in there, did he?
It's called Executioner's Row.
Fair point.
I'm pretty sure he was put in there.
We have a favourite bar. Apparently you can open it again.
Ah, you've been staying at the Hold Up.
Yep.
I saw that some adventurer's been there and was hoping that it would be you to arrive. There's been a problem. Miboro
It's
is
closed.
Yes, Miboro is gone. Missing.
I was about to say, where is she? But that defies the point.
Did she fall in a pit full of velociraptors
Did
as
you
well?
put her
or-
in the pit?
No, why would I put her in the pit?
Why did you put him in the pit?
Because he has information.
If he dies, you won't be able to get the information.
You're adventurers, you can figure it out.
Okay.
I yelled down to the pit, to the guy down in the pit. I think now is a good time to talk.
The albino dwarf running around, and he's pretty dexterous, but he is, a level of exhaustion.
He's
also.
got another dinosaur up here.
Yeah, that's he's not looking too good, and he's just screaming, but he doesn't quite get capture your attention. Sorry, other way around.
I don't capture his attention.
Yeah, you don't
Sure.
capture his attention. He's a little bit focusing on the Allosaurus that's about this far away from biting him on the ass.
Poe, can you call that off until we can talk to him? I'm perfectly fine with you letting him get eaten afterwards.
I'm not.
We can discuss that later.
He kind of sizes you up. And what about you? You've not spoken yet.
Hi. It's been a while.
Hey.
Yes.
Long time no see.
You've been holding up here in the city whilst your friends go out adventuring?
Helping people there and there. I got lost. Went to a weird place.
Good to know. In that case, and even though his hands, you're talking arthritic hands, scarred and mangled, wart-covered, he still somehow manages to snap his fingers so precisely it echoes off the stone walls down below. The two of the women around him go over and unfurl a net, throwing it over the Allosaurus. You hear it screams of rage as it's been stopped. The weights of the net stopping it from moving, and also giving the dwarf just a moment to escape its jaws. Another woman unfurls a rope ladder down the side as the albino dwarf suddenly scampers on up, missing a rung or two, but fortunately I feel like this group is probably going to reach out a hand to help him.
Cole's going to be at the top and bring them up, and as it's like, you better talk. I don't know if I can save you. And then
I was going to say, do you want to do good watch officer, bad watch officer?
Sure.
Yes.
Pokmak Po looks as the albino dwarf, huffing and panting, turns around to you and says, thank you. Faven says, throw me in there.
Okay. I feel for you. Not a good time. We don't want you to get thrown back in there, and I don't know if I can stop him if you don't talk.
What do you want me to say? I'll say anything.
I have no idea. What do you want him to say? I look at Pokmak Po.
You had a letter, as he talks to the dwarf. He's like, Fagin came with a letter We want to know who gave him the letter and where the letter came from. Because it links back to not only Miboro's disappearance from late last night, but also the group of adventurers that was sent first thing this morning. Now, Faven, you see the little albino dwarf like, yes, I'll tell them, but you can't throw me back in the pit at all. And Poe at this point pulls out a letter and like kind of passes it to you, and he goes, "This arrived this morning." And as you read it out, as I lose where player handout 3 is, the letter reads, and it's addressed to Poe in a scrawled, shaky handwriting. "You don't know me, yet I know you. Time runs short for Miboro, Branson, Mandolin, Dunlow, Mercer, Lily, and Grunk. But you might still save at least some, if you find them before tomorrow. Signed, a friend."
I don't think they're actually a friend.
Doesn't sound like a friend.
No, it
That
doesn't
sounds
sound-
very
It's remarkably
threatening
light
for
on
a
details
friend.
for someone who's trying to be helpful.
Do we recognise any of the other names that are in that letter?
Some of the names, most of you have been in Chult for a good while now. Some of the names sound familiar, probably other adventurers passing through.
Poe, I'm a little hurt that you didn't come to us first.
We needed a larger group. We thought the bigger the group, the better. Clearly that wasn't the case.
Doesn't always work like that.
No, it doesn't.
I presume that the albino dwarf is not the mailman.
No. Well, yes. He is, in fact, sort of...
Is the Portnians are a mailman?
Yeah, well, no. Faven...
Nobody else is getting their letters today.
Yeah, no one else is getting their letter to say. No, he's not the official mailman. He's just the mailman that delivered this particular letter.
So, where did you get it, I guess?
Yeah.
That's the question.
He turns around to you and goes, well...
You remember there was a pit and a dinosaur? I mean, you might have some short-term memory loss, but...
Yeah, well, Pit, yes, Pit. You see, he's kind of caught himself, and the albino dwarf, who's introduced or presented to you as Faven Krieger, Faven turns to you and goes, well, I make my living, not by delivering mail usually, but, I made some money this morning by delivering mail, but normally I help dispose of bodies.
How do you come about the bodies?
Well, I don't ask questions, and people pay me, and then the bodies get disposed of in
a fine, honourable profession.
Yeah, caretaker. I'm a caretaker of sorts.
Sure.
I take care of things. But
He's a fixer.
yes, but generally the bodies get thrown into the refuge pit.
Okay, so
So it was ironic. I
Yes.
get it now.
Most of you would know from staying in
That is clever, Poe. That is very clever.
staying in Port Nyanzaru on the far outskirts of town, almost at the edge of the jungle, there is a glorified garbage dump, the refuge pit. From the topmost sides going down to like the center point, you're talking like 100 feet deep. Just,
That's a bit deep.
just a bit deep. There has been rumours that otteryugs roam the bottom of it, and they're quite, it's the refuge pit is quite close to some of the old ziggurats in the old city. So we could be very familiar.
I was hoping to go through the front door.
You were hoping to go through the front door. Not the case tonight.
All right.
is it ever?
It's a good thing I can't smell.
Is it a D&D game if
If you go
everything goes
knock.
according to plan?
I think it's fun to go through the front door of a ziggurat, though. You want to go.
I'm
through
here
the
to see your archaeological supervisor. Please show me the undergraduates.
site management, please.
All right. Pockmark Poe turns to you and goes, he's given at least the information of what he does, but where did you get the letter? And Faven turns to you and he's like, well, yes, so I was doing my job and disposing of the goods, and then, a lady, bone white skin, dark black hair, eyes that were gleaming red, smelt like the things I deal with on a day-to-day basis, and quite frankly, terrifying. But she gave me the letter, she gave me some gold, and she said to deliver to Pockmark Poe, and if I was to speak of this, I would die.
You didn't get a name?
No.
Hang on.
Is it not on the letter?
How did you describe her again?
So,
Bone white skin.
bone
black
white
hair.
skin, dark black hair, and red gleaming eyes.
So like goth cosplay or actually like undead?
She smelt like death.
Spelled like death.
Does that narrow that down?
Just narrows it down a bit. And there has been, as you kind of think back over the last week or so in Port Nyanzaru, there has been an increase in the number of undead sightings, not on the outskirts and not in the outside the walls, but sewers, in the port, in Old City. So, you know, it checks out.
Yep. Okay.
As the conversation's ongoing, the crowd is hollering. The Allosaurus by this point has freed itself from the net.
Not a good net.
And obviously it's running around with nothing to do because there's nothing else in the pit for it. The crowd hollers for the dwarf, Faven, to be returned to the pit. Poe raises his twisted hands, silencing the crowd as he turns to you. Well, the man is a criminal. He is no murderer, yet he concludes with their kind. Normally I'd let the crowd determine his fate, but since you are my honoured guests, I'll let you decide. Does he go back to the pit, or does he walk free? You have 1 minute.
He's not going back to the pit.
Right now is when I
Fagan.
look at my
Fagan.
alignment.
Caveat. You aren't going back to the pit, probably, but you haven't been very useful. How can you be useful?
What do you want me to do?
Good point. Everyone knows where the pit is, right? He can't. It's just a big hole in the ground. It's not like he
Yeah.
can lead us back to a hole in the ground that we all know
But
where
yeah,
it is.
so from as he's rambling a little bit, and you're getting the from being given the letter, the woman came from the refuge pit somewhere. So obviously there's some secret areas.
Does he know where that is?
Potentially.
Like I said, Faven, now is the time to prove your usefulness.
I can take you there. I can take you there. I can take you to where she was. Where there's a secret tunnel.
Okay.
It goes
Ooh, secret tunnel.
to somewhere.
Secret tunnel?
I'm not great at insight. Does anyone want to, actually, you know what? I believe him.
Yeah.
I have a 0 to insight.
Okay.
I mean, he's pretty desperate,
It's
but
true.
like,
The DM hasn't forced
is
us to make a
this-
check, which makes me suspicious.
Yeah.
Is the only reason.
is this he will say? Does this feel like he will say anything to not go back in the pit, or is this
Roll
he's
an
actually
insight check.
being?
This is the actual problem with torture, isn't it? Like people will just say anything.
It's a 10 on the dice, so that's a 14 total.
Okay. You're definitely getting a feeling that Fagan would say anything to save his own skin. But generally, it's instant death now or potentially getting away later. Or instant death later. So,
Slow death later.
Slow death.
He's trustworthy enough, I guess.
Hey, if he wants to stay alive, he's going to do what we want.
And Poe, I'm sure you need someone to dump a body in a pit occasionally, right?
Poe just looks
Actually,
at
I
you.
can say it in Thieves' Camp, right? Like, I won't say it aloud.
Poe just kind of looks at you and goes, "Why would I need to dump a body?"
Who doesn't need to
Accidents
dump a body
happen.
every now and then? Wait,
Yes. Speaking of accidents, the other group that went out, part of the letter did say that they have until tomorrow morning, so...
How much time do we have? It's like
It's, it's early evening, dusk, 7 p.m.-ish.
Okay,
You've
so
got-
we need to go now.
So we,
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry, there's a time limit on This is where I'm like, action log, we need like a ticking clock. We don't have the rights to 24, so we can't do the little... No? Okay, cancel that.
But it's like 6 o'clock now. We have till the dawn or something.
Yeah.
All right. And the pit's in the city.
On the outskirts of the city, not far from where you are right now in Executioner's Run.
Lead the way, Faven.
All right, Fagan will indeed lead the way. Is there anything before you go into the refuge pit? Anything you'd like to do? Prepare, spell casting, last wills and testaments?
I would like to give, I'm aware that he's a dwarf, but I would like to give him a torch so that he can light up the area so that I don't have to hold it.
That is a very smart thing to do, and
He's
I'd
gonna-
like to give your character inspiration for
Aw, thank you.
thinking of that. See, thinking of yourself does come with benefits.
He doesn't
D&D.
seem like he's going to be very useful in a fight, so if he can just do
No.
something helpful.
No.
I got a hand crossbow. I just like on the bolt itch. Faven's running away bolt. Load it back into the crossbow.
As you're heading over towards the refuge pit, a full moon is starting to rise on the horizon. Just barely over the garbage and bones.
I turn off the smell sensor.
God.
So,
Handy.
Iroquois is okay. The rest of you, however, peeking out of the deep sinkhole on the very edge of Port Nyanzaru, the scent of decay is so strong it would churn the stomach of an ogre. It seems the refuge pit is quiet tonight, except for the occasional rustle caused by otteryugs at the bottom of the pit, gorging on waste.
What is an otteryug?
An otteryug. Oh, okay. For those playing at home, an otteryug is a three-legged, three-tentacle monster that is basically just a mouth and it eats garbage.
Oh, that sounds helpful.
Thank you.
Sounds
for-
very helpful until you're finding one.
Had the word otter in it, and I'm sorely
Yeah.
disappointed.
I thought it was going to be real cute, and then it wasn't.
No.
It's halfway between like a garbage compactor and like an eldritch nightmare. Like H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very
I
apt
think
description.
hippo and crocodile combined, and they swim and shit.
Can we pretend it looks like an otter?
Sure.
No, then I won't
No,
want
I
to
don't
kill
wanna
it.
kill an otter.
Okay.
Yeah, so close. As you move towards the top layer of garbage into the pit, you can see Fagan's pointing down. He's like, "Oh, we're gonna go down and around that rock, and then around that pile of dead bodies there, and then past the old log house, and then through there, and then round and down."
I'm really glad that you said we, Fagan.
Well, I've got to get you to there. Then you get to the entrance, and then I fuck off.
Lead the way.
You could come with us.
Yes.
He just looks you up and down like, you could wear, not heavy armor and not sweat as much.
You could shut up.
Holds the torch. Going, he does lead the way for a bit, just showing you to get down into this refuge pit. It is a bit of a slope. You'd say if it was, there's no areas that are like a direct cliff going down into the garbage pit. But if there was a direct cliff side from the top down to the very bottom, you're looking 100 feet. So a fall could be quite painful. However, it is a bit sloped. There's lots of garbage. Some of it looks soft. Some of it does not.
Sure.
So, it's, falling is not going to be deathly. It's just not going to be pleasant.
Okay.
I don't want to fall again.
No, I don't want to fall again.
No falling?
I remember last week.
Yeah. Whose fault was it last week for falling?
Hmm.
The frog.
It was the grunts.
Mitch isn't here tonight. It's a shame.
Can I, when we get a bit closer, do a divine sense just to see if I can
Yes,
read any undead?
absolutely. Now, divine sense, if I off memory from the wording,
60
is
feet,
60
not
feet,
behind cover.
Not behind cover. And you're kind of like peering over the edge down into like where you can basically see
Yeah.
Fagan kind of going in that
Yeah.
general direction. As you lean into your paladin senses, searching out for the sense and smell of undead, maybe just the sense, not so much any smells in this area. Nothing screams out at you. There is a niggling feeling from some of the dead bodies.
Yeah.
But that's more, it's not the body itself. Give it a day or two, maybe.
Sure. This place in general kind of sucks. so-
Yes.
okay, yeah.
I know that's not in a precise
No,
answer,
that's-
but you're definitely,
Yeah, I get it.
when it's maybe not a time-sensitive, problem that you're facing, coming back and just burning everything
Sure.
would be great.
Can absolutely do that.
Absolutely think that's a fantastic
Really
idea.
good for the environment.
Make that a note, burn down everything.
Burn down everything. Burn down the entire city.
Yep.
I think that almost already happened.
Well, I didn't do a good enough job then.
Yes, I believe that did almost happen. Heading down in, let's start moving minis in. Let's go. I also need one for Fagan. What are we doing? Dwarf. He's holding an axe. That can be a
The torch.
the torch.
Done.
Do we also need your little...
Yeah, so yeah, familiar.
Oh, you're familiar. There we are.
Oh, what kind of food?
It's a glowy owl.
Oh, glowing owl. Okay. If you need to reposition yourselves in some form of,
We'll
you
be
know,
at the front.
Stick with
Yeah.
not
square. Are we going like the V formation, or are we actually going to put the meat shields in front?
Why does she keep being dropped?
I'm sorry. I'm terrible
I'm
at
happy
this.
where I
I'm good where I am.
As you are heading in, kind of, you know, he's like points up ahead and sees underneath the row of planks. He's like, under there, under there. As you move towards the section Fagin is pointing out to you, the top layer of garbage, just in the area on both the left and right, explodes outwards. The divine sense that you've still just got the faint echo of suddenly rings true.
Found it.
Moaning and creaking of undead limbs break the night silence as hideous, rotting humanoids lumber forward. One howls in defiance, pointing with an adamantine-tipped mace.
I'm sorry?
As it charges at you. And I'd like to get everyone to please roll initiative. As I remember, I've got to roll initiative too. Dun, dun. Oh yes, before yeah, here's where we go. This is what Joel forgot to prepare earlier. That one. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go that. As arising from both sides, we need two of them and two of them, two of them and two of them. Lumbering out towards you from either side is undead that seem to be writhing.
Oh, gross.
That's never a good word.
No, writhing is never a good word, especially in D&D. As the one, and this is one of the one on the left-hand side is the one that's pointing that mace. As you realise, as he points the mace, worms just kind of drop down. And then glowing behind them, skulls that are floating in the air. And this is where we go. Let's go around the table. Initiative.
16.
16 for Ida.
18.
18.
19.
19.
22.
Okay, so I should did.
Wow.
I thought I rolled okay.
I rolled an 18. That's pretty good.
Oh, this is where.
Rogue. Whip.
Yep.
Swashbuckler.
Yep.
It was 19 and 22. Dun, dun, dun.
Thinking about those swashbucklers, they're quick on their feet.
They are quick on their feet, but are they
But
quick
so
enough?
soft and squishy.
That's why you run away after every time you
Yeah,
hit
that's
somebody.
why.
We will go with
It's like the kid that just runs up and pokes you and goes, ah, and
Yeah,
runs away.
same skull.
But pokes you really hard.
Really hard.
Really hard.
Fast, but not fast enough.
Oh, son of a gun.
I did crit.
It's like, oh,
And they have a +3.
So close.
So close.
Sorry.
The other good thing is that was all the way at the end, though. So you've got some time.
Great.
This is where I apologise in advance because the writer of this module was very specific in the wording of who does what. Going first are the flame skulls.
God.
As they float and rise up 30 feet into the air, and both of them will begin cackling and chanting in a spell-like tone of
we not
voice.
bring a wizard?
No, Demayet's not here. Demayet is the DM tonight, so
Does Molly have counterspell?
But only one.
one's better than none. But if you would like to, you know, Holly
yeah.
does know that they are casting a spell.
Yep, I will counter spell.
You would like to counterspell? Excellent. The left or the right one?
Well, technically, I'm closer to.
The right, yep, the one on your side. Your reaction as you...
And it's packed, so 4th level counterspell.
4th level, excellent. So we definitely don't need to worry about rolling anything. The kind of green glow around the flame skull fizzles out just to its normal brightness as it kind of does a weird, looks at you, however, not so lucky from the other side.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't have any other just checking, no more counter spells. No. Not a counter-spelling chain tonight. A glowing green bead of fire races down towards you as a fireball explodes around you all. Could you all please roll me a dexterity saving throw?
No, apparently.
It was so close to a
The
20. It was so close to a 20.
DC you're looking for is 13. It's
Not 2?
not 2.
Weird.
Thank God Bowser rogue.
Ooh, for those playing at home that know me well, you know I roll good on D6s. Fail.
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 Pass.
Pass.
Pass plus evasion.
Okay, so
I got a 6.
fine.
I find a fridge nearby and jump.
The bomb shelter. Is anyone resistant to fire? Just straight fire. No. Halving, it will be, I can do maths in my head, 17 points of damage, 35 points of fire damage.
My owl turns into cooked chicken.
Oh yes, the owl turns into the cooked chicken.
Oh no!
The other individual that turns into a cooked chicken.
Oh, bye-bye, buddy.
It was half my HP. I'm on 34 now.
And that is the Flame Skull's turn. They are both about hovering, probably about 20 feet up. They've kind of lowered it a little bit. And then we go into Iroquois' turn.
Okay. I shouldn't have had the whip in hand. I should have had the crossbow in hand, but it's too late now.
You can always drop it as a free action. Crying is also a free action.
yeah.
Feeling shame is a bonus action, or did I get them around the wrong way? It's one or the other.
1, 2, 3, 4. So 25 feet to the zombie. So 25 feet to the zombie, attack. I've got fancy footwork and panache.
You didn't take any damage from that at all, did you?
No.
Yeah,
God
cool.
damn it.
It's only so many saving throws that
Yeah.
you can make, right?
So I'd like. So we're all in agreement. The tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
That is a 20 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
Zombie bro takes 9, 14, 18. Sorry, should have worked this out before. 24 damage.
24. Yep.
And then I will use the other half of my movement to actually, it's 25 feet. I've still got like 50 odd feet of movement.
You've got Rakish Audacity, so you don't take any
Back out
tax
to
of
like,
opportunity. Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's plenty of spots
somewhere
where you can
next to this rock.
get cover and,
Yeah.
and half cover and you know, away. You know, put your friends in the line of fire before you.
I know. I mean,
Anything
it's been a
else?
pleasure, gentle people.
Anything else from yourself?
That's everything I've got. Sorry.
Holly,
Hex on that one.
on the spawn or the flame skull?
The flame skull.
Flame skull. Yep.
Yep. And then I will attack with Eldritch Blast to blast. Okay. 18 and a 20.
Sorry, I'll stow my whip.
Yep. Stow your whip. Very good.
18 and a 25.
Both will hit.
Ooh, very nice. Okay. So firstly, it's 8 necrotic,
8 necrotic. Yep.
18 force. Oh, sorry, 28 force.
28 force and 8 necrotic. Mass is my friend. It is looking very injured.
Yep. And let me just see. That takes a turn. All good.
All good. Okay. Moving on from Holly, Cole.
How far up are the flame skulls?
Flame skulls are probably about 20 feet in the air. If you could definitely, with the way the refuge pit kind of slopes in, there's probably ways if you had the move to get up and like a jump attack on them. It's definitely it would be allowed.
Yeah, I think that.
There's also the two that are on the ground.
Yeah, I was trying to decide whether to Eldritch Blast the Flame Skulls or attack the.
The flame skull that Holly just attacked is looking very injured. So if
Okay.
you've got,
Yeah, okay.
tier 2, you've got 2 blasts, you could do some damage.
I will move a little bit closer, but obviously not within 5 foot of that guy, but just so I'm in front of that guy. But then Eldritch Blast the Flame Skull. I just want to get closer to the undead that's wandering up. But I will try and Eldritch Blast.
Look, that wasn't great.
Not
So
great.
nat 1 and a 3, plus 9.
So 12?
Unfortunately, that is not going to hit, and it just, you singe the green flame hair on the flame skull.
Those dice are banned.
Yep.
I had a thought
Throw those
before.
ones out.
I was
That
reading this
I
article
shouldn't
this
play
morning.
D&D. Yeah, I
No,
agree.
no, no. About how, in this economy, everyone's overemployed. You take 2 or 3 jobs.
Yeah.
And is the Raven Queen upset because you now you're also working for Ubtao and there's
Yeah.
Well,
And you're a paladin, and
Yeah.
you this.
the
and,
Raven Queen was the second one, so
Oh,
if anyone's pissed, it's Timora.
Okay.
well,
Oh, would you almost say that was
Goddess of luck.
unlucky?
It was
Yeah,
unlucky.
there you
It
go.
was
that was
weird.
unlucky. Well, I
Weird.
didn't want to say it. Anything else?
No,
from Cole?
no, Joel. I'm not doing anything else.
Ida?
Ada is going to run up to the wormy boy on that
Yep.
side and is going to try and hit him.
You may definitely try.
Okay, first attack is a 2 on the dice. Is it an 11 going to hit him?
Yes.
Oh, hell
Should've gone
yes.
for that one.
All right. I can re-roll that 2 because of great weapon fighting. 16 damage
16 damage.
on the first hit.
Yep.
And then second attack, 18 on the die plus 9. So 27 to hit.
Yes, if an 11 hits it.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
No, you cast Super Shield.
6, 12, 18 damage on that one because I got 2 6s.
And I already forgot the first damage was 11. No.
It was a 4
4
and a
and a
6 plus 6.
16, sorry.
16
So
plus
16.
18.
All right. He's looking pretty beat up.
So 30, 34?
Sure, why not?
Yeah,
34 damage on that.
excellent. Anything else from Eva?
No. No, I'm okay. Yeah.
All right. The one that you just hit turns to you and is going to make 2 attacks at you with its claws. So this is not the one holding the mace. Your armor class is 17. There will be a hit and a miss with the 2 claw attacks.
Cool.
For the claw attack that hits, it is, now I roll bad, 4 slashing damage and 5 necrotic, so a total of 9 damage. As these claws rake out, you see it also kind of just flicking its hands and worms come towards you. Could you
That's
please
rude.
make a dexterity saving
No,
throw?
we've established that I can't. Actually, I don't want to do that. Let's go a different dice.
New dice.
That was better than last time, but that's a 6.
Okay, so not good. A worm launches from the spawn at you. It latches onto your skin. So you have this little...
It's more of a leech than a worm, isn't it?
Yeah, leechy worm. It can be killed. It can... You've heard stories of these creatures before, the spawn of Cuse and all things wormy. You are aware, just from general knowledge, you're in tier 2, you're fully aware of things that can occur. This worm can burrow under skin and, let's just say things don't get good after that.
All right, so get rid of the worm.
Yes.
Okay.
The other one's going to
New goal.
lumber in the direction of Holly, since it ran away, but it doesn't quite get there. It will, however, be just close enough to try and worm you. Would you please make a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah, I see that happening. I'm just tired of chaos this.
Your tides of chaos, excellent.
9.
With
4 and a 7.
Okay, our players rolling are not great tonight. You are also attached with a worm.
You got a new familiar.
Yeah, see? The DM taketh away, the DM giveth.
I don't want that present.
No, we don't like that. Continuing on, back to the top of the round, which is me again. You are all fortunate to know. I will give you a little insight here that they are out of fireballs. They only get one per day. For other spells, though, they do have a few. So we'll quickly get through this round. We'll see how quick. There is... both of them are going to cast another spell. The one on the right that's looking very, very injured is going to throw down in the direction of Holly because you counterspelled it before. Yep. You see glowing darts, familiar magic missiles.
I'll just counterspell again.
Counterspelling again. The magic missiles fizzle out. The one on the left-hand side, you see
Fourth level.
Yes, that's all good. You see it summon into being a ball of flame.
Isn't it already a ball of flame?
No,
It's a spell of flame.
a literal ball of flame.
A sphere?
And yes, also going to go towards Holly because it doesn't like the spellcaster that seems to be not having too much fun. With its bonus action ramming it into you, can you please make a dexterity saving throw? It's all about the dex saves tonight.
No. 7.
7. That is going to be... wow, now I rolled terrible. 4 points of fire damage.
As I think we're going to die in the refuse
We
pit.
might die in the
Alright. He runs away. No. Steady aim. I'm going to shoot the wounded-looking guy.
Yep.
I'm going to use a build for success. That's better. 17. Does that 17 hit?
17 hits.
Alrighty. Okay.
You're going to have sneak attack
Sneak
on
attack
this
for
little...
steady aim.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, that's more like it. 5, 10, 17, 21, 21 plus 4, 25.
I've removed
He's
the MIDI,
gone.
so it's not...
Straight to an eye. All right, that was my contribution.
Excellent. One down. Holly.
Yeah, just so you know, because I
Oh, yes,
used a
you
spell.
can't use the spell
no.
after doing Tides of Chaos.
And I'm
That's
standing
Yes.
within 5 ball distance of you again.
Yep. So that was 90.
90. 90 is generally a good number for
Yeah.
wild magic.
I become invisible.
You become invisible.
nice.
Amazing. As all of you see, flames going erupting, magic missiles fizzling out, flaming spears going, and then Holly disappearing. What would you like to do?
dead.
She's gone forever.
Gone.
Do I take damage at the end of turn?
At the end of your turn, so if you are still remaining next to it.
Yeah, I definitely. Let's see. Can I move?
Yeah.
Climb up the rock.
Yeah, you can do some movement up the rock. Being that you're invisible, you can scamper up without there being too much trouble there.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I've got worms to deal with, though.
Yes.
Great.
Okay. I move the hex over to the other flame skull.
Yep.
And I think that turns off invisibility.
Just
check.
not until you make an attack or cast a spell.
Yeah.
So if you're then attacking with an attack roll, the first attack roll
Yep.
would be at advantage.
Thank you. So first attack. That hits.
That will definitely hit.
25, and second attack. That one.
Is a nat 1. So one attack will hit, so this would be...
Hex and. Oh, nice. 5 necrotic and 14 force.
Nice.
The flaming sphere blinks out as the cackle of the flame skull as you blast it back into smithereens disappears into nothingness. Cole.
Great. I'm going to run up for that one and try and hit it.
Yep. Swarming tactics.
Yeah.
Do I still take a worm damage at the
Oh, yes, the worm damage. We'll come back to the worm damage at the end of the round. We'll just do it all at the end of the round. Make it nice and simple.
16 plus 9.
16 plus 9, yes, definitely hits.
Great. Can re-roll that. 14 damage on the first one. Damn. 19 plus 9. 14 damage on the second one.
Excellent. As the two hit swipe down using a sword of some description, or
Sorry, she has a giant black metal greatsword on her back.
Yep.
That seems to have like a weirdly unsettling presence to it.
okay, because these creatures aren't unsettling enough. You swipe through, the worms kind of erupt out and like feed into the refuge pit, scattering as you destroy the spawn of Cuse.
Great.
Anything else from Cole?
I've got like a little bit more
Yeah.
movement. I'll start heading
So,
towards the.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ida?
I've heard about these wormy boy things before. Do I get the feeling I need to get rid of this worm that's on me straight away, or do I have some time?
Let's go with the same point as this module. Time is of the essence.
Okay. What is required to get rid of the worm?
To get rid of the worm can be, as long as it's super quick, you can scrape it off using an action. Once it burrows, though, it requires additional things
Okay.
to...
That's okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use my action to get rid of the worm, because screw that. And then I'm going to second wind with my bonus action.
Bonus action to get some health back. That'll be excellent.
Yes. So 1d10 plus 7, so I get 14 healing.
14 healing back. Excellent. We like these hit points returning. And then as we finish off the round with this spawn now racing up towards Cole, doing this time one claw attack, one attack with the mace, and then a burrowing worm. 'Cause, for the claw attack, we will have I can do maths in my head. 17 to hit.
Shield.
Shield, you cast shield. This is going to be very good for you because that is, and that one is going to do absolutely nothing. And then if you could please make me a dexterity saving throw as to fight off the worm.
Sure.
Duck.
13.
You duck, and the worm misses you.
Thanks, Ada.
It flies into the pit.
Flies into the pit. As we get to the end of round 2, we're going to pause and take a break. And we'll deal with Holly's worm that has now had a whole round to burrow into a skin. We'll be back after this.
Well, the chest bursts are.
Otherwise, this is going to be lots of fun.
My name is Loris Prince, and I'm going to be graphics operator on the show. Admittedly, I do have a preference for film, but TV and television broadcast are a great place to upskill because there's a real time crunch, especially when you're doing things live. There's not a lot of time to futz around and get things perfect. It's a very good way of forcing you to gain skills and get confident with them without wasting a lot of time being a perfectionist. I came to RMI TV because I was looking for something that would help me gain even more experience in the screen industry, and I didn't have a ton of things draining my time, so I was like, RMI TV sounds great. It's not that far away. It's a place that I've been before, so I'm super familiar with the equipment and get to meet new people as well. With RMI TV, I've worked on In Pit Lane, I've done 5 or 8, I helped with a music video called Set to Stun, I believe that was the band name. And I've been doing lighting director and CCU for The Cutting Room. Being able to work alongside people with more experience and time in the industry has been super invaluable because, I mean, I've had a bit of experience from my course, but I still acknowledge there is so much out there for me to learn, and being able to get firsthand experience and teaching from people that have been doing this for a while and, you know, have a really good idea of the industry and the equipment they're working with and productions in general is just really, really helpful.
First of all, we have to welcome Bear.
He doesn't talk much, but he makes a big statement.
Do you like your motorsport with big statements?
You're not allowed to have any fun here.
We hit a bird.
Oh,
and that's not my fault.
Do you want motorsport with some rock and roll?
I'm looking forward to a headbang. I've got my best noggin on tonight.
Some unplugged, smooth jazz. Singer-songwriters. They're hardcore.
I've got the pictures. I distribute the drums.
In Pit Lane, your home for local motorsport on Channel 31.
And welcoming our viewers back. Before the break, we were in the middle of combat. Now, we might have had a bit of a scenery change because as experienced D&D players, we can always do a little bit of theatre of the mind. Pay no attention to the map you see before you. We were at the end of round 2. Now, in the last round, there were some burrowing worms. Some people ducked the very dexterous ducked out of the way. Some people managed to scrape it off, and some still have a worm attached. At the end of the round, the worm burrows into your skin, just dealing Holly 1 piercing damage. And I apologise for all the people at home that have that fear of bugs, but the scene of the mummy, the original one, the Brendan Fraser good ones, the scarab beetles under the skin, we'll just leave that in your minds to fester.
Iroquois, you're a doctor. You're a doctor.
Of archaeology, I've got a PhD.
Yeah, Dr. Iroquois. It is your go. You are near, from memory...
I'm about 30, 25 feet away from the other guy.
There's just the one spawn of Cuse left.
I am just going to use my crossbow again. I'll use steady aim. I'm going to say like a 24 hits.
Yes, there's
Like a 24.
No, 24. A 24.
Yeah, for you,
That's a lot of ones,
there's
though.
no Master Shield spell that,
15, 18, 20.
20 points of damage. As the crossbow bolt flies through it, kind of imploding and then exploding.
I said 30 feet away.
Yeah. Some of your more closer adventurers, pretty much everyone else, do get some blood, guts, gore, worms, dead ones splattered on their armour and clothing.
Used to it.
And that does end the... Well, it doesn't quite end... It ends the active combat. It doesn't end the round. Anything else from Iroquois?
No, I got no movement. I got no bonus action.
You're
I'm done.
good. Holly, you can see just under your skin.
Yes.
What would you like to do?
I will take out a dagger and try to cut it out.
Okay, I will say that you are, your aim is good enough that you don't need to roll to hit yourself. You don't have any, tough leathery skin to cut through, but please roll your damage, just a d4, plus we'll even go with your strength modifier. It will be nice here.
2 damage.
2 damage, 2 piercing damage as you break skin, fortunately half stabbing the worm as you cut and flick it out. The rest of you just see this blood and ooze kind of pouring out of Holly's arm. And that will end the combat round.
Why did you let it do that?
I didn't feel it to begin with.
Didn't feel it to begin with? Wait, I don't have an NPC here to be...
Yeah, you killed him.
The booming DM voice from above, like, what?
God?
I thought it was a pet.
Yeah.
You thought it was a pet.
I thought it was your new familiar.
You are out of combat. Good news, the enemies are dead. Nestled in the muck, unfortunately no worms, is an adamantine mace that one of them was wielding. Just laying
How
there.
did he get that?
Yeah, I'll go have a look at it.
Okay.
What were the names? Not that it'd be tough for the DM, you got to flick back, but did we know the adventurers that...
Why, yes.
Was one of them known for wandering around town without a
Funnily enough,
Yeah.
yes. And if you'd like to take a point of inspiration,
Thanks.
you may definitely do that. Out of the list, because you did mysteriously
I
take
can't
the
remember
list,
their names
Branson, the first one, was known... you probably encountered Branson, encountered her before in the hold-up.
Boasting about her mace.
Not so much boasting, but, it's... Adamantine mace are not something you generally see in Chult. They're more, the adamantine's not a
Minded jolt.
yeah, it's not a metal you see in these parts. But yeah, it definitely looks like the mace of one of the missing adventurers. So good news,
We've only got
on the
4.
right path.
Instead of 6, we've now got 4 to find.
Well, yeah, maybe, potentially. This creature that you've just defeated doesn't quite have the shape and
Okay,
you know,
alright. Okay.
looks
Well,
like maybe it's a spoil of war being passed on. Bad news though,
We lost our guide.
You did lose your guide. He did give you a general...
Pointed, like,
Yeah, he did point and said
there,
go
and
over
then
there.
and then under that thing,
Underneath
and then...
Yes, this is true. He did give you some pointers. Because, yeah, if Faven Krieger was with the characters, he'd show you directly to the entrance.
Cool.
Can anyone resurrect for this guy?
He's been dead more than a
Well,
minute.
no, no one can resurrect at the moment due to the death curse.
Oh, yeah. that's
Hashtag
true.
death
Hashtag
curse.
death
Get
curse.
yours today.
Rather not.
Well, you know, you got it anyway.
Speak with dead.
Well,
No, I don't think anyone.
no, speak with dead won't work on the undead creatures that you've just fought. It would work on Fagin, though.
We don't.
No one has speak with dead.
Sadly, an opportunity lost.
If you had captured one of the intelligent undead, you could have intimidated them.
I definitely would have.
However, you can search for the entrance to the old
Yeah.
ziggurats.
love
and the
to do that.
crypts.
I would love to pick up the mace, put it in my bag, and then ask Iroquois to search for the entrance.
So the mace gets picked up by Cole. Okay, there's a few different options. What would you like to use to search for the entrance to the...
I mean, it's like my job description, right? Like looking for hidden tombs.
But when we're looking
Investigation
at a character sheet and skills...
like
what-
investigation.
Investigation. You may definitely make an investigation check. Would anyone else like to also make investigation checks,
wanna
or
assist
you're
me?
putting all of your
I have
worms in one
survival.
basket?
I have survival. Would that help? Like, he did give us direction.
Yeah, so survival would probably give you the tracks to get you into like the right vicinity for the investigation checks to have more potent effect.
Okay, so I'm proficient in survival as well. Can we make the survival check together, and then I'll make an investigation check when we're closer?
If you would like to. If you would like to do a group survival check?
Yeah. No.
Sure.
Are you guys happy to help with that?
Sounds good.
If you would like my role to contribute to
Technically,
this.
only we both have to pass for a group check anyway.
That's
right?
true.
Fair. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That is indeed how group checks work, thankfully.
Got an 18 plus 7, so a 25.
18 plus 7, 25.
17.
17!
Yeah.
Nice.
Where were these
Double
dice
figures.
rolls before?
12.
and
12.
and 12.
You're still rubbing the worm area.
Yeah, just the worm. Fortunately, the only person to fail was Holly. 17 was the magic number.
Hey, look at me go.
You are successful. That does
Sniffing out that
help you
undead.
get to a kind of rough area where there's a couple of spots where an entrance might be. It's still hidden one under garbage, but also being the entrance to an old ziggurat, like the secret tunnel entrance. You're probably also going to be dealing with like some sort of puzzle door, like all plays those computer games where you click here, tap here, twist the knob that way, and get in.
Yeah.
If you would like to make some investigation checks.
I am going to use my build for success because that was terrible. 7 plus 3.
Yeah,
That's actually not so bad. 16.
Okay.
Nope, even better. Yep, 16.
All right. So we will cut that down. So you're searching around. You realise that it's going to take some time.
Okay.
Oh, we don't have time.
Yes.
They've been very explicit about this.
If someone else would like to make an investigation check,
I got a big fat goose egg in
I have a
investigation.
-1.
Holly?
I have 0.
Okay.
Alternatively,
I could use a
if
hand
I
here.
can do it again, it's
You
just
have an
you're
inspiration.
balancing the
Oh,
time
can I use
versus
my inspiration?
you can
All
use
right.
your inspiration
Roll
if
that
you'd
again.
like here.
That's 5 plus 4,
Wow.
9. 18.
18 for the second row. Okay. With the successful group survival check and 2 very good investigation checks, the time that it takes to find the entrance that kind of opens up into a tunnel kind of leading down into the darkness isn't too long. Along with your combat and the talking to Pockmark Poe, we're probably looking maybe getting towards the top of an hour. Not too long. You think if you'd taken any longer though to search, we would be running into some problems.
Yeah.
Are there like in the game UI, are there like a bunch of NPCs up the top corner? Like, one of them disappears every hour.
Well,
or
you
something?
know, there might be some dice rolls at some point,
Okay.
which I won't roll. I'll let you roll them because, you know, we all like rolling dice here, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when the fate of the NPCs rests upon them.
Yeah.
You did not appreciate when I made him roll 8d6 when he got cricked by an Ankylosaurus tail. He said that was cruel.
Just a little bit. But a fireball to the face is perfectly fine. All right, so you do locate the entrance, and you're kind of, as we now move to this wonderful map, pretend there's still garbage around you outside. Sure. The tunnel leads down. It's about 10 feet wide, heads down. I know not everyone has dark vision,
Yeah,
but some of you do.
I do, yeah.
Yes, no,
weirdly-
yes, no. Is that-
No, I don't.
no.
Autonomes, the
Goblin.
NPCs have got dark vision.
That's
Autonomes,
right.
the characters do not.
Right,
It's
so
weird.
no and yes. So there
take
will
a
need to be some form of light.
I'm assuming that neither of you guys have like the light spell at all.
I have the light spell.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Would you mind
Sure.
on my sword? Sweet.
Excellent.
Means I don't have to carry a torch because my torch carrier died.
Your torch character did indeed die. As the light...
Ironically, by being set on fire.
Not my torch's fault.
I'm also going to say like that torch that you gave him to hold is probably just
It's gone.
dust.
I mean, yeah, that's
But it's a
fair. All right,
torch,
I'll
they're
cross
like
that
they're a
torch off my... I've got 9 torches now.
9 torches, got some. The light of Holly's light spell casts upon your sword as you kind of, you know, use it to leer into the corridor before you. The silent stone hall reeks of copper and rot. Pictures are carved into the walls, floors, and ceiling of humans hunting each other and sacrificing their victims to dark gods. A few of the carvings were shattered and are scattered along the floor. And at the centre of the hall, probably just at the edge of the light spell, if I'm doing my maths in my head, probably, yeah, just at the edge of the light, like the dim light of the light spell, you can see that there is, the floor is sticky with a wide smear of blood that continues north out of your light spell's range. For those of you with dark vision, you can see the smear of blood probably goes for another 10 to 15 feet along the corridor.
So from like here to there.
Yeah, so probably like halfway here to here, yeah, this kind of section. Those of you with dark vision, it's just the standard 60 feet.
Yeah.
You can't see the end of the corridor.
Okay.
That is beyond your dark vision range.
Okay. Guess we start going.
I
then.
take one look at the rest of the party and I'm like, I'm going in front, aren't I?
I mean,
Yeah, that's probably for the best, actually.
the
If you're perceptive
blood
enough,
does it. Can either of the people that see can see better than me? We might be too far away. Can they tell what direction the blood is going? Like, does that make sense? You said it's a smear.
Like, does it look like someone was just standing there and the walls just went bush, or you know?
Or does it
it's
look
a
like
tomb.
it's like dragged in either
Yeah, they're dragged.
direction?
Does the walls go bush or do the walls go bush?
Yeah,
Or do
exactly.
they go...
In which direction did the trap trigger?
Which direction
Have
did
that, is the blood smear going away from us? Like, did they?
That's a very good question to ask. I like where you're thinking with it. You'd probably just need to get a little bit closer to,
Sure, I get a little
and
bit
do
closer.
some
I'll
form
bring the
of-
light source with me.
Yeah, some form of investigation would need to be
All right.
used to assess.
Can I help
I
him?
guess
You may definitely help.
we start moving closer, I guess.
Yes.
Well, finally. 18?
18. Okay, so the blood smears, it's kind of in a path going up and down the corridor. And as with an 18, and with the help of, Cole as well, you kind of look at it, the blood smear is coming towards you, so going...
Running out.
Yeah, running out.
Is there...
Bad time.
Can we see the other end of the blood smear?
So the blood smear only goes for about 10 to 15 feet.
Yep.
What you could see with your what they could see with their dark vision was kind of correct. It's only around the centre of the hallway. And I'd say you're probably getting close enough that Cole and Holly, both of you can see that the end of the hallway, start to finish, is probably about 80 to 90 feet. And it does a right-hand turn. Sorry, I had to looking at it upside
That's
down.
fair.
I'm like,
I do that as well.
which way am I going? I can drive. Yeah, it kind of turns right at the end.
Before we go any further, can I swig a healing potion?
Absolutely, you can. We are not in combat. You are more than welcome
That
to
reminds me.
swig those healing potions.
You got 2 ones,
I got
didn't
2
you?
ones on that, yeah.
That's actually a good idea. I might also do that.
I swing a quantum ointment.
You're applying ointment onto the pierced cut to heal yourself.
So, what is it? 2d4 plus 2?
Yes, 2d4 plus 2,
Great.
so big, massive 4 points of healing.
I got 4 points of healing. I'm going to swig one of my other.
One of your other healing
Because I
potions.
rolled. Okay, that's better.
I got
Much better.
9.
Do a second swig.
So I'm on 70 hit points.
So total of hit points are back to 70 now.
Yep.
I'm on 46.
46 hit points. You never took any damage, did you?
Yeah, I haven't got any points though. So no, seriously, like his squish is all constitutional
And
sacrificed.
what's Holly back up to now?
79 out of 81.
79 out of 81. Excellent. High enough to...
So you can go in front.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm all right. I'm okay.
I'm fine. I'm happy with that.
So obviously Iroquois is probably the closest thing 'cause you were doing the investigation.
And I would have been next.
I mean, this
And
is
then-
clearly a trap. The question is, either we find out what triggers the trap,
The problem is I am not perceptive at all.
Yeah.
or we set it off and run very quickly. That was
And
my
then I'm
order.
assuming Ida is third with the light
Yeah,
on
I
your...
had to be pretty close because I was
Have the light.
providing the light source for the other non-dark vision person.
Yep. The person that was doing the searching. All right.
Anyone have detect magic or anything fancy?
No.
Oh man, where was that wizard that we were hanging out with the other week?
I don't know. Where did he go? I don't know.
They're never around when you need
He
them.
decided that he was going to stay at the fancy inn.
Yeah, I
we're in
did.
the
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the artificer that was selling all the boots.
Yes. Funny enough, Demade is actually friends with Alistair Bowl.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a
track.
lot.
That
Yeah, that
tracks.
tracks,
Yeah. Next week when Demade's back, you're going to be like, you, and then I'm going to die.
Is there any check that we can make to see if we can see what triggers this?
Yes.
Very...
What check would you like to make? You've already done an investigation.
Yep. So I presume there's not like an obvious tripwire or anything that we've seen with the...
No, there's nothing with the investigation. There's
Mechanically.
nothing mechanical that you can see.
Oh crap.
I
you
mean,
can magic.
yeah, I was going to say, Ida's form of investigation is walk to where the blood starts.
You can walk.
I think she's
That
just
is,
going to do that.
that is the other option, and then the rest of us get ready to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you...
Yeah, no, Ida's going to start heading to where the blood started to see what happens.
Okay, so
I will stand. Like runner's mark. ready.
Ida's now at the front.
Yeah.
All right, and
we're
you're
behind.
where the blood starts. So you're probably about 40 feet down.
Is there not anything that we could stand in front of us?
Me.
Okay, all right.
I love that the traps are better than... Combat's great, but traps...
The thing is, like in D&D, like it's a mechanical trap, it's fine. If it's a magical trap, unless you brought a wizard, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, roughly there.
I'm standing in full runner's position.
Like that?
Yeah.
Why not?
All right. Ida.
Hi.
So you get to where the blood is.
Yeah.
You got your light source.
Yeah, I'm peering down the corridor.
So you're peering down the corridor. Can you please
Looks
make
like a
me a
corridor.
perception check?
Yeah, in theory?
In theory, everyone
I
in
got
theory
plus
can...
4, okay.
Those at home, roll a perception check.
That's a 9.
A 9.
We're all doomed.
Are we in a temple of doom?
You are not in a Temple of Doom.
We're in a ziggurat of doom.
You're in a ziggurat of not good.
That way Disney doesn't see you, right?
Yeah, we are.
We are
there
not
is-
in a temple of doom.
There is no crystal skulls. There is flame skulls back outside, but
that's true.
Oh, we didn't. Okay.
we didn't make the.
We didn't
obvious
make them
joke.
inert, did we?
No.
Whoops-a-daisy.
That's a later problem. Remember, we're on a time crunch here.
That's true.
That's got time. There's nothing you see. The blood smear ends after a while. Everything
Okay.
looks fine and gravy.
Guys, I think this might have already triggered the trap.
All right.
I think we're good.
Let's go.
Keep going.
All right.
Before she does that, no, it's metagaming, right? I can't go and make my second perception check. No, you're right. I have to take her word for it. Let's go.
Why would you trust
Yeah,
the-
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's metagaming, right?
All right.
She has a 0 to intelligence. She's smarter than me.
You've got the person now with the light source at the front.
That's fine.
Yeah, that
for the
makes
proper
sense.
perception check.
Yep.
Whereas before it was half in your dim light, so you had your negatives.
Mm-hmm.
That's, so and all four of you are going, or is anyone hanging back? Now got you all questioning. haven't
I'm
I?
going.
I mean,
Going,
I
going.
think we just go in that order, right?
Go in that order. So you're gonna...
I'm still not convinced that there isn't a trap down that corridor, but you know.
Well, I would be correct. As Ida
So
gets
strange.
past the halfway mark, just where like the blood smear will technically be the start of the blood smear because it goes running back towards the way you came.
Trap.
There is, doesn't tell me, the trap gets triggered. From the roof here, crumbling rocks and down drops, as I lost it, a boulder.
No way! I've been waiting like 4 episodes for this.
Indiana Jones, eat your heart out.
Even at the front.
I know, bum,
And it starts rolling its way down to that's
Oh,
not a
no.
rolling boulder, but pretend, theatre of the mind it, people. As it rolls down towards you, you have a few options here. You at first think as the dim light hits it, and as it gets to the bright light, you realise it's not a boulder. It's a massive sphere of humanoid bones dripping with necrotic ichor.
It's a boulder.
It's a boulder.
Rolling towards you, you can try to squeeze and make your way and to the sides. You can try to run, but being brave adventurers, knowing that not everyone is the most dexterous in this group, some of you are, some of you are not. One of you could also run headlong into the sphere to try and stop it and protect everyone else.
Just one?
It's not made of like stone.
No,
it's
no,
made
it's
of bits.
bones.
So like potentially if you hit it like hard enough, you could break it up.
Correct.
That sounds amazing, and I want to do that.
Yeah.
You could always, if the first person fails and just gets rolled over by it, the next person could do the same thing.
I'm already fleeing in the opposite direction. That's not
I feel like the back half is probably
the theme
fleeing.
tune, right.
Let's start with the front. So, Ina, you're going to...
I feel like Cole might have run, but she sees Ida doing that. She's like, all right.
Peer
I want
pressure.
to shoulder check the boulder.
You want to shoulder check the boulder.
Sorry, the boulder.
I love... Yeah, the boulder.
Maybe we should not say that. I'm now thinking about it and like,
Action log, and the chat's going to love that one. Okay, so yes, there is somewhere in here, yes. All right. When it comes, if you, I read this, it's like a whole sidebar.
Make it up.
Okay, so you do need to first take the standard effects and then you do a strength. So you don't make the saving throw, you just automatically fail it because you're charging into it. There will be damage.
Yep.
And then you need to make an athletics check to shatter the spear. Now, you still have your inspiration.
I do, I was
yes,
going to
so I
use
was
it.
just going to remind you, whilst I do the damage...
Yes, how much does it hurt me to try and do this?
I will tell you now, it is D10s.
Ooh, fun.
And off memory, my D10 rolling is not the best.
Great.
Not the best for you or not the best for me? I don't like that it took you that long to look
No,
at
okay,
them.
no. Sorry, it's a bad font.
Okay. Oh no, there's 2 lots of dice rolls.
Yes, there is 2 lots of dice rolls.
are they very sharp bones? I'm confused.
The good news
bludgeoning
is
damage.
I rolled below average.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
It is, though, 40 points of piercing damage
It's fine. You're fine.
Okay.
and 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay. So do I get
The level of exhaustion kicks in after you make
Okay,
your
good.
athletics checks will still be at advantage.
So, sorry, 40.
40.
Okay. That's fine. I'm still on 30.
Still plenty to go around. And then the athletics check. 'Cause,
Athletics check at advantage.
Otherwise, everyone else is potentially taking this 40 points
All
of
right.
damage.
Well, they could have started.
They could have started
They
running.
could start
we
running.
were running. Yeah.
There would have been dexterity saving throws.
You better get this.
Yeah, I know, right? All right. That is a 16 plus 8. So a 24.
We are not in tier 3 or tier 4. So as you kind of take the brunt and it starts to roll over you and you just kind of like shoulder barge in and, think barbarian rage, except you're not a barbarian.
You punch the boulder.
Strong lady.
Shoulder check the
Strong-
board. It's like,
yeah.
it's like a football tackle in the States with the big shoulder in.
As we said earlier today, more buff lady action. Ida, buff lady action. The bones brittle and break. You can feel this necrotic pulse, which is where the level of exhaustion comes from. The rest of you, those of you that are spellcasters, can just smell necrotic necromancy in the air. Bad. No detect magic required here. The bone boulder breaks. Saving the rest of you, some of you are already running half out.
I'm outside
but,
the door.
you're
Is it okay?
Hello.
It's fine.
The rest of you, though, do not need to make any checks, any saves. Ida has saved the day.
Nice.
Ida, there is a story award that comes with this.
Hell yeah.
Presents.
Yes.
You deserve it.
Yeah. That was very cool.
Which will come into play near the end of the module.
Nice.
So remind that.
Story
Fortunately, that removes that effect, and you may continue on round the corner.
And I'm just double checking. First level exhaustion is just disadvantage on skills. That's
On
it.
skill checks,
Yep,
yes. So
sweet.
that will affect your initiative.
Yep. Oh,
Being
yes. that's a good
being it's a
point.
dexterity skill check,
yep.
and anything in the skills list. Yes, level 1 exhaustion, not too bad. Higher,
Starts getting bad.
starts getting pretty bad.
Okay.
Would anyone else like to do anything in this corridor, or you're like done,
I'd like to drink
dusted?
another healing
I was going to
potion.
say, I've got a healing potion. Do you want it? Because
I still have, I have one if I use another one. I'll see how I go.
Okay.
What am I doing again? 2d4.
2d4 plus 2,
4 plus 1, 5, 7.
7 points. Yeah,
I'm
took
up-
40, regained 7.
I mean, now I'm
that
up
maths
to
checks out.
Yeah, it's fine.
37. So, that's not terrible.
All right. Anyone else wanting to do anything? Would you like to now that you know the trap's been triggered, check more to see what's happened? Or-
yeah. What was that?
Okay.
Big boulder of
yeah.
bones.
With
Well, we
even,
didn't
like-
see any mechanical stuff. Is there?
No,
like,
so
magic. Or-
as you're coming in with the spellcaster in tow, you realise that under the smear of blood, and now with the bright light and the chance to actually move them like arcane runes based in a line halfway down. The person that triggered the trap previously, their blood not
covered it.
helping the spotting of said runes.
Okay.
Your passive perception was out by 1.
Is what it is.
Sad face. But considering we normally get adventurers that are, passive perceptions of
27.
9,
Yeah.
or it's either 9 or
Yeah.
27. Looking at you, Mike.
I have a 13. That's the highest passive perception
yeah.
I've ever had.
Yeah, pretty good. Continuing down the hallway and around the corner,
I'm limping.
limping. You're kind of taking the lead again
Yeah,
now that you've.
I do need you behind me holding the light source, though.
Yeah, that's fine. The bright light of the light spell still leading the way. It kind of twists and turns a little bit and kind of do a little bit of an S-bend. And then,
They never make these things in a straight line. I have no idea why.
except for the entrance and a perfect straight
Yeah.
line,
More corridor fits in if it moves around.
Yep.
checks out. The sound of fire and the smell of smoke hit you as you pass into a long-forgotten antechamber. The crumbling ceiling of this room is supported by 2 rows of cobweb festooned columns. Across the blood-speckled floor, a doorway leads into the darkness beyond. Atop a dais in this chamber's centre is a table holding a jade dragon chess set and a floating disembodied skull wreathed in green flame clicks its jaw as you enter.
I click my jaw back.
Crackle at your service.
Oh no. Quirky NPC.
This one talks.
Wait, you're Crackle?
I'm Crackle.
Hi, Crackle.
Who are you?
Cole.
Cole.
Like fire, but not.
No. Crackle, then into Cole. Mm-hmm. But not Crackle into Cole.
No.
You?
Ada.
Holly?
Dr. Iroquois Johansson.
Doctor.
He's got a
You can call me
PhD.
Iroquois, it's fine.
Iroquois. Like Jamiroquai.
Like Jamiroquai.
Turns-
People keep saying that to me. What's Jamiroquai? It's like a monster in the jungles of Chult.
Yes.
Sends you mad?
It is now.
Big hat.
Someone homebrew that quick. Crackle at your service. The catacombs are a maze. Play, I'd like to hold up fingers, but it's just a head. It has no arms, so I've got to do this. Play 3 games of dragon chess with me, and I'll show you to the way to the prisoners that you seek.
Play or win?
Whether you win or not. But if you beat me twice, you get an extra prize. I beat you twice. I get to take something from you before I take you to the prisoners. Deal?
What do you get to take?
Asking too many questions already.
I asked one question.
That is too many.
Oh, okay.
What was the game plan here, Crackle? You were just going to sit here in this empty tomb until
How long
someone
have you
came
been
and
here?
played
Waiting here
speed
for
chess
us.
with you?
He looks over, like, you can see like a broken clock, like one of the arms have fallen off. You know, you realize as well that like part of it's like a sundial on the wall, but there's obviously no sun in this, and he's like, a long time.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, wouldn't you just want company? Just come with us?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a chess club in Chult, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's we could just take you out.
They don't like my kind.
Okay. Surprisingly cosmopolitan Potnians are.
Yeah.
No,
You never know.
then they are really, you
They're
know,
actually not,
they're
actually, are they?
really
No.
not.
Yeah.
Really,
They're having
really
to deal with a lot worse than you at the moment, I think. So
Are you good at chess?
I'm the best.
He's a floating brain, come on.
he's a floating
skull.
head.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
And this chess set, fireproof.
That's handy.
How do you move the pieces with your teeth?
Yes.
Floats over.
He
picks it
kind of
up.
floats over. You see him just like,
He's like a claw machine.
yeah. That claw, that crackle.
Okay, just team sidebar. 1 second, Crackle.
Okay,
You know
talk
how to
amongst
play-
yourselves.
Play Dragon Chess?
Ada can play dragon chess.
Ada can play dragon. She's proficient in dragon chess.
I'm not above you cheating if you have to.
I don't need to cheat. I'm very good.
Okay.
She's proficient.
Good luck.
Try and make it a very quick game. I think we lost some time with the exploding boulder.
That's a good point. Crackle, I can play chess if you would like to play.
If she wins 2 in a row, can we just get on with it?
Yeah, we're in a bit of a rush.
That seems fair.
Okay.
Great.
All right, so player 1, are you ready? No. So, for those at home, we do not have rules for Dragon Chess, thankfully. Otherwise, we'd be here to about next Tuesday. For this, it's just a couple of checks
That you have disadvantage on.
that you have disadvantage on.
Yeah. Hey,
Are
I
we-
mean, he said
Look,
that.
Okay, can
You
I
are more than welcome to swap if you realise after game 1, like.
can I make a cultural reference that people may not get? Mm-hmm. I'm not. Okay, so Magnus Carlsen recently got into this game with a US Grandmaster, and there's a strong suspicion he was cheating, and one of the mechanisms why he was cheating was that he may have had something in him that was vibrating and having someone
Yes.
else. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So. I'm not going to do that.
Please don't suggest that.
But I've got Mage Hand.
X card.
No. I'm not stupid. Can I poke her with the Mage Hand, like some kind of code?
I see where you're going with this.
Can we cheat?
Can you cheat?
Yeah. Like if I think she's doing something that's like,
All
no.
right, So, for your mage hand, you're a.
I'm not an arcane trickster,
You're
so
not
I
an
cannot hide the Mage Hand. But Crackle can't see. If I just put it right behind her,
But to summon the mage hand, you would need to cast it, and it has verbal.
it does have verbal components.
Does have verbal
That's a fair point. Okay. No Magnus Carlsen.
If you had something that only had somatic or material components.
Yeah, no, sadly.
Can I have no? Don't worry about it.
There's no way that I could play and you could cheat.
Do you want your
for me.
spell cards?
Yeah, that's fine.
You could always change who the player is.
Yeah, right. Let's just.
Knowing Ida has,
I'm not proficient in dragon chess though.
that's fine. You could.
Here's the question. I'm assuming proficiency means I just get to add more to my check, but if I'm rolling at disadvantage, it's not really going to help.
What is
that
your
much.
bonus?
Proficiency is what, like 3?
Yeah,
Three.
at tier
Yeah.
2 you'd have a +3.
What is the
Unless
check?
you're. It is a.
I would imagine some sort of intelligence
It
check.
is an intelligence check.
Your
Hey,
turn.
buddy.
So I got a +2.
Do you want a real quick lesson in chess?
Why not? It's the first character I made that's not proficient in Dragon Chess, so yeah, let's go. All right.
Oh no.
Speed chess.
Well, yeah, we'll see if we need the what is the how to be who wants to be a millionaire?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So at the last minute, Iroquois steps up instead of Ida.
She's had a rough day.
Had a rough day.
Yeah, yeah.
And Crackle just goes, "Oh, I didn't think it would be you," but
How hard could it be?
kind of peers you up and down. It's like,
I'm basically Deep Blue, right? Like I'm
Yes.
already a robot.
just looks at you like, not seen your kind before, but would you like to go first?
Yeah, why not?
All right. The game starts playing out. Standard opening moves, you know the basics. It's where it starts getting into some of the more, complex 2 to 3 step setups.
The Waterdeep Elminster maneuver.
Yeah.
Favourite center of the board.
Yeah, where it's actually the fake Halaster.
Oh no, not the fake Alaska.
Not the fake Halaster. If you would like to make your intelligence check,
Can I keep an eye on Crackle, see whether he cheats?
You know what? Go for success.
if you'd like to make an insight check. Sure.
That was a 16.
That was a 16.
Oh, I've got a stone good luck, actually, so I add one more to that. 17.
17. Excellent. Okay, what was your insight check?
2.
2.
Yep.
He doesn't look like he's cheating.
Okay.
In fact,
Doesn't look like he's playing at all.
no, it definitely looks like he's playing.
I don't know. I don't
Some of the moves, like, the Elminster, the blah, like the different moves, he's like, oh, the blah, blah, blah move is, you're like, oh, he knows what he's talking about.
It's like when people do en passant or like...
Yeah, sure.
And you're like, what? Is that a rule? Is that sure? You're allowed to do that?
Can that just move to there and change the whole board? Yeah. You do win the first game.
Hey!
It does take 20 minutes.
Oh no!
Crackle, we don't have time for this. We need to go.
I spent my expendable resource trying to win that game. It's been a problem.
During this time, if it adds up to an hour, could I be attempting to take a short rest during this period because I'm not playing?
Correct.
Oh, could I do that too?
Yes, definitely we could.
I stop yelling at him and sit down.
Yeah. On to game 2.
Unless someone's got any better ideas, why not?
Roll that die instead.
You only need to win 2 out of 3.
I know. That's a 9.
That is a 9.
I got very confident after my first victory.
You got very opening thing. I would, even though you're short resting, could I get another insight check from just because you're still observing?
I'm still watching.
Yeah, you're still observing and watching.
It's an 8.
8. Getting better.
Better? Yeah.
And obviously, the more that you watch Crackle, you definitely, even though it's a low roll, he's not cheating. Like you've played Dragon, you've hung out with Ida enough. Like you know the rules of Dragon chess. Definitely playing correct, but he's definitely making the moves like long play setups that is extending the game.
Okay.
Crackle does win game 2.
Yeah, I figured.
It does take roughly another 20 minutes, but you are getting closer to your short rests, which is excellent for Holly, who is
Warlock.
and has already expended all of her spell slots.
Pack slots, yes. But also, because I'm second level sorcerer, I turn sorcery points into spell slots before I long short rest.
Yeah. On to the third game. Would anyone like to give some wild, bouts of inspirational, pep talk to their, the coach, to the...
Have I noticed anything about the way that Crackle plays? Is he favouring any sort of manoeuvres that I could kind of just look, he's doing this. If you do this way, then you might get a...
I would say with your proficiency in Dragon Chess, you can definitely and the inside check and seeing...
Coach, help me out.
Seeing these long plays, there's definitely, if someone isn't aware there's a long play being set up, like a 4-step move to take out a piece, if you know it's happening, there's ways around it. So you can give some pointers and tips, which I will allow you to add your proficiency bonus for the last game.
All right, cool. It's not too bad. 3, 13, plus 2, plus 1, 16, plus proficiency bonus, 19.
19.
Crackle's really good, isn't he?
Crackle is really good. Now, The bad news, well, it's bad and good news. The bad news is it does take another 20 minutes. But two things of good news. The short rest does happen.
Yep.
So 3 characters will be taking a short rest, and we'll be getting the action log and character sheets updated in just a moment. The good news is, as you can see, Crackle, and with the pep talks coming in, like the cheering from the rest of your party, Crackle setting up this 7-step move to take out your king. You realise he's left his queen open, and at the last moment where he's about to deliver the checkmate, you take out the queen, which ruins his whole setup, and the next round you win the game. Yes! Beating his check by 1. I had an 18 total.
Thanks for the pointers, coach.
That
Who would
was
have thought
close.
this D&D game would be 3 rounds of speed chess?
3 rounds of speed chess.
Not even speed chess, right?
Not speed chess.
The clock was broken, actually. Yeah, you're right.
This is true. No clock. You don't need to search anything because he's now going to guide you. The good news is, he goes, I take you to the prisoners, yes. I take you to where you need to go.
Yes.
And then you also get the extra prize. And he looks, and he's a flaming skull. Tears cannot form in his eye sockets, but for a moment there's a glistering coal-like ember that just drifts down and goes, you may have the Jade Dragon chess set. It is yours.
Do you want it? Because I kind of feel a bit bad.
I don't want to take his chess set. How's he going to play?
Yeah.
Then again, until the next crew of adventurers come in
It
here.
mysteriously reappears. Looking at it, it's a dragon chess set made of dark wood inlaid with jade and pearl, worth a couple of $100 gold pieces.
Oh, okay, sorry, Crackle.
I do like gold.
You do like gold. It could be sold off.
Okay.
You could keep it and,
You did win. You deserve a prize.
It belongs in a museum. Sorry, I had to say that. Yeah, sure. We'll take it. Let's go. Time's a waste.
You do take it. As you pick it up, because obviously, it's where the lid comes off and all the pieces go inside, you can hear, even though all the pieces are on the outside, they're still rattling on the inside. You kind of lift the lid, and there is 2 potions of healing in there.
Ooh. Cole is back up to full HP.
Yeah, Ada is back on 81 at full.
We love some short rests for you.
Yup.
Holly is back on full HP
Back on
as
full
well.
HP.
And you have your pack slots back.
Yep. And 5 sorcery spell slots for sorcerer.
Okay, so we're good now. Amazing.
Overcharged.
Ilkine does not get a short rest, but Ilkine didn't need the healing, and none of your resources regen on a short rest
Long
anyway.
rest only, sadly.
It's okay.
Can I ask a question about Crackle
Yes.
and the time that he was taking? Mm-hmm. Having watched him play, does it look like he was taking time to intentionally delay us?
Have you seen him?
Or does
He's
it
a
look
flaming
like
skull.
he was taking time because he hasn't played chess in so long and he wanted friends to stay around for longer?
Ooh, that is a... Can I say a little from column A and a little from
Yeah,
column
fair.
B? He's definitely trying to hide the fact that he was delaying you on purpose, but as, kind of like, or do you just like hanging out? Another kind of like ember mode drips down, like he's a bit lonely.
Seeing as we're friends now, Crackle, tell us about your employer as you're working your way through the
Yeah.
thing.
Jaru, she very, very not good. Very fanatical. Devoted to her true god. Imagine there's...
which one?
Is it one of Cole's? Because she's got a few.
Also, did you say her name was Ja Rule? Is that what you said?
She hangs out with Jamiroquai. You can age us all by using all references, can't you?
The 90s call, they want their D&D players back.
Well, I mean, that's her name now.
No, her name is Jaru, Jaru.
Okay.
Jaru. She does have a last name, it's somewhere in the
fine.
middle. As you are, Crackle will, you pocket the dragon chest set, you take the 2 potions of healing are still in it.
I'll give them to Ida and Cole because I think they need them more.
Thank you.
All right. I would like, and I only need 2 people to do this. I need 2 people to roll me a d6.
I'll do it.
You guys want to do it?
Oh, yeah, I'll do it. Unless anybody else.
2.
1.
Noted.
The DM scribbles mysteriously.
Yes.
Gonna make a note.
Yes. This is noted. 1 and 2. Time
See,
is
you thought
of
you
the
rolled
essence.
badly, and then I rolled the worst one.
I ran a mod at like season 4, and it literally had like force the players to roll a dice and then just go hum and like pretend you write something down just to increase suspense. I was like, the author is a genius.
Yeah, for AL, I came from the school of Singapore, where that's a noted. No, it's will be all mysteriously found out after this. Continuing on though, you do find out that the individual that is Crackle's very, happy to divulge information. The individual that you're encountering is Jaru. She is indeed a form of undead. And from the description, asking back to what Fagin had told you originally, bone white skin, glowing red eyes, long black hair. This is definitely the woman, the undead woman that had given the letter to Fagin to pass on to Pockmark Poe. So you're on the right path.
Great.
What we will do though, as I'm looking at the time, we're going to give our players some time to regroup, think, double check that they have all their spells prepared and everything ready, as we will go into the final combat, final scene.
Spoilers, wow.
There's gonna be a combat?
Let me rephrase that. There might be a combat. There might just be some 17 fireballs at the front in the combat again, and we won't have it. But we will come back after the break, ready to find out where the missing prisoners are, where Miro Yan is, and hopefully everyone escaped with their lives. And we'll see you after the break.
Welcome to 5 or 8, a brand new 6-part series exploring the wonderful world of board games. Each week I'll offer recommendations, we'll check out some great events and venues around Melbourne, and I'll chat to some fascinating folk over a game. Join us soon.
And welcoming our viewers back into the third words of
D&D teaches you maths.
D&D maths. As Crackle has led the adventurers through the catacombs of the old ziggurat, giving you some information along the way. You know it's Jaru Taska is the woman, the undead creature who's in charge here. She has a devotion to her master, treats him like a god, but Crackle refers to him as Lord Zukas, something some of our party will need to note for future weeks. But as you round through the maze, Crackle goes, "It's just on ahead, good luck," and kind of turns and
Oh,
bobbles.
you're not coming?
No friends. No.
Okay. I'm glad we took his chess set.
Fortunately, the room that you walk into does have some light because there is some torches on the columns. So yes, you've got your glowing sword, but we don't need to worry about positioning. There's enough light in here that you can see the pulsating hunk of rotting flesh, the size of a human or two, sitting at the center of the room, giving off a wet heartbeat. Thump, 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 thump. And its stench is fouler than that of the refuge pit. Long tendrils reach out from the mass of flesh, wrapped around the throats of 6 sleeping adventurers that you came to rescue. An unconscious woman, Mibaro Yan, as you recognize her, lays at the back of the room and is chained to the back wall of the crypt. Further back. Standing kind of just off to one of the sides of the lump of flesh is what you can only imagine to be Jaru Taska. Her skin is pure white, her hair is jet black, her eyes burn red. She looks up at you, a wicked grin on her face. "More lieutenants for the army of Zukas? He shall reward me. Don't be shy, let this mere mote of the Sis take hold, and I shall grant you immortality in undeath." And with that, I'd get everyone to roll initiative. Now, some of us pre-rolled in the ad break. What are we going with for Ida, who had disadvantage?
With disadvantage, I got a 10.
A 10?
I rolled a nat 20, so I get a 20.
20? What did Holly get?
13.
13. And Iroquois?
I technically got 23, but she got a natural.
No,
20,
it's
so
fine. You
it
go
doesn't
first.
crit, don't count? All right.
No. Crits mean nothing.
I mean, in my game.
So we went 20. Just for my reference, we're going to go here. You were a 10 and a 13. Oh, we are doing... Oh, no. Pay no attention to the extra cards being...
But what enemies? It's just her.
Exactly. We'll get the good news is the last one was all the way at the end.
Okay.
As
We can work with that.
As Jaru points, she cackles, and you realise from the Sis in the centre of the room, 6 tendrils, 2 of them dissipate. As you realise, 2 of the adventurers you'd come to save, unfortunately, time was of the essence.
Yep.
And rise as undead creatures.
God damn it, Crackle. He's lost an arm.
It's lost an arm, I just realised that one. Unfortunately, well,
Fits with the zombie.
maybe fortunately for you, the one closest to you, the body rising, you do realise is the owner of the mace that you now hold,
Okay.
Branson.
Oh, so he doesn't have a mace. That's good.
That's good.
Correct, does not have the mace. One little thing less for you. Iroquois, what would you like to do, being the Speedy Gonzales of tonight?
That's a fair point. The big fleshy thing,
Yep.
Is it alive? Like, is it a creature?
It is not a creature. It is considered an object.
Okay.
It is pulsating.
I don't like that. I'm going to shoot it.
You're going to shoot it.
I'll shoot it with my crossbow and steady aim, so it won't move.
Excellent. Yes, it doesn't move, but you still need to hit it because it is possible to miss.
18.
18. You hit it. What type of damage are you doing here?
Piercing non-magical.
Piercing non-magical, that is fine.
It's not the greatest roll in the world either. 13, 17, 21, 25 damage, but
25.
Not bad.
we'll see how much damage goes
Yes,
through.
and then 25. As you hit it, you see bits of rotting flesh kind of drop off around it, and the 4 remaining tendrils that are snaked out to the 4 remaining adventurers that you're also here to rescue kind of wither. You feel like, yes, destroying this would obviously destroy the effect and stop turning them into undead. Okay. As you can clearly see, 2 of them have already passed. Okay. You can also, seeing how they wither, they're not like, they're actual tendrils. Yep. They're not bits of magic, so someone could physically go up and remove them as well using an action. Anything else? Or are you just going to hover in the corridor?
I literally can't do anything. It's a bonus action movement.
Okay, very good. Cole.
Sorry, did you say the thing in the middle is not a creature?
It is not a creature, it is an object.
Damn. Okay.
As everyone refers to all of their spells and goes, must be a creature, must be a creature, must be a creature.
Yep.
I have flashbacks of the Stardock epic with everyone being clerics and warlocks.
But I did see those dissipate, so I do think that going up and hitting it is probably not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea.
Okay. Yeah.
Those 2 zombie boys as well.
Yeah.
I can just keep pouring in on it if you guys want to clear the...
All right.
No, you do you. You do you.
I would like to go up to this one, like not leave that guy's reach, but
definitely. You know to stay.
Yeah.
Stay within arm's reach. Make it easier to attack you.
Yeah.
I mean, don't take an opportunity attack.
Yes. And I'm going to try and hit it twice.
Hit it. Yep. Roll your attacks, please.
An 11. Wait, 12.
A 12.
I know how to do maths.
Sure, it's 12.
Yes.
Happy with 12?
No.
A 12 will hit.
Okay, great. Okay. I am going to put a smite onto that. Mm-hmm. Because,
Is it undead or a fiend?
Yeah, is it undead or a fiend? No.
It's an
creature.
object.
It's an object.
It's an object.
1, 2, 3.
As Joel
Is it an undead object?
As Joel rereads, like, is it an undead object? No, it's an object.
Undead chair.
It does not have a stat block, therefore it's an object.
Yeah.
And cannot have a type.
Yeah.
Even though it is made of rotting flesh.
Yeah.
42 damage.
Damn!
Now Joel has to mass.
What level smite was that?
3rd.
So that's a 3rd level spell slot gone, but you see, like, the 4 remaining tendrils are barely holding on.
I'm going to attack it again with my second attack.
You're going to attack it again with your...
No, that was my second attack because I missed the first one. Oh, no, I didn't, did I?
No,
That was
you
got a
didn't.
12.
You
Great,
didn't.
I
You
got a 12.
12 hit.
I just assume a 12?
A 12 hits.
All right, I'm just going to...
This may be a very quick thing if we keep smiting.
I'm just going to do a first level. $19 damage.
19 damage. Mass. Very good. It's like very weak. In fact, I would say the tendril of the one going over here is completely like withdrawn back in.
Oh, that's good.
Good.
The adventurer there is not up, but it's not going to turn into an undead.
Sure, that's fine.
Moving on, we have now Jaru, the boss's turn. She looks at you, goes, "How dare you Hitting my beauty? We'll see about that.
Okay.
And she starts to cast a spell.
It's unfortunate that we.
I'm just trying to...
Can I reach? 50
Yeah.
feet?
I'd say you're just within...
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You're 30 feet away from me.
Cool. Counterspell.
Okay. Do you have a counter spell back? No, she doesn't. Unfortunately, that gets rid of her spell. She looks over at you and goes, "You're next." Moving on to the next enemy. And with your passive perception, something's wrong with the floor.
Something is wrong with the floor.
As bursting out behind you underneath the
No,
floor, if you'd like
of
to just
course.
position it at the back, is a wraith. Fortunately, it
I thought you were going to
doesn't...
say there were a bunch of letters. We had to step over them to correct it.
No, it's an I, not a J in Latin.
It's right. Aramaic.
Aramaic, that's what it was. Fortunately, we are not doing those that came before, so they're not souped up race. What was your armor class again?
19.
19. That will be a hit.
Oh dear.
As John finds his dice. That was...
I can take my medicine.
It is 24 points of necrotic damage. And can you please make a Constitution saving throw?
Okay, so that goes down to 12 because evasion. I can see it do it.
Yes, it is an attack roll. You can use Uncanny Dodge.
Con
is
save,
the-
Uncanny
con
dodge.
save.
is the thing, but yes.
Well, that was not such a good idea.
Oh, no.
Actually, is it poison?
No,
Okay,
it is not
then
a
it's not
poison
Then
effect.
it is 6.
It is a 6. Your hit point maximum
Yes.
is also reduced by 24. So the...
Actually, that did more damage to me than the.
Yeah.
Right.
What
okay.
is it? Because he only took 12.
I know, but anyway.
No.
Oh, well, yes.
Yeah, 'cause-
You uncanny dodged. Yes, so
Yeah.
sorry, your hit point maximum came down by 12. Your hit points came down by 12. So you still look very healthy.
Just
but
slightly
you
less
feel
vigorous.
very weak. That is its turn. Holly,
Okay.
there is now a wraith within 5 feet of you.
Oh.
Yeah, do something about this.
Yeah, I'm gonna just move away. I'll take the attack.
Yes,
That
you'll
wasn't what I said.
take the attack of opportunity. Your armor class is...
14.
It is a hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Let's hope I...
It's never good. Never a good look.
I'm not good at D8s. Tonight I'm... Oh no, that's a 1. Thank God. Sorry, maths in my head. It's 28 points of necrotic damage, but you halve that because you are...
Necrotic resistant.
Resistance to necrotic, so it's only 14. And can you please make me a Constitution saving throw?
No, 9.
Your hit point maximum is also reduced by 14.
Yep.
We need to go see a temple after this.
Yes, yes.
Okay, but I move away 5-10 feet.
Yes, you move further into the chamber, away from the wraith.
We'll fall down. Yep.
The good news is, for
Nice
Ida,
poison me.
the wraith can't take any other attacks of opportunity. That's,
that's nice.
Same for Iroquois.
These cyst looks really, really bad.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. I will, might as well. Tides of Chaos. Guiding, not guiding, yeah, Guiding Bolt.
Guiding bolt.
Yep, because I also get an extra Radiant Soul, so I get an extra D8.
An extra D8. We like more dice. Was that what Mark said earlier on when I threw a fireball at you? More dice is good.
That's 28.
28. Yes. 28 will definitely hit.
Ooh.
Okay, rolling D6s like me now.
Yep.
That's 23, if I can maths.
Can guiding bolt hit it?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Oh, can it? Yeah, no, it's guiding bolt can attack
A creature.
I should know this. I know Eldritch Blast cannot.
Toward the creature.
Have inspiration.
I'm
'cause
sorry.
I am that. No, I do
Can
like
I
that.
then change it?
But you
to,
can keep your attack roll of whatever you're going
Yeah.
to use.
I'm going to attack her.
Her, excellent,
Yes.
brilliant. So keep that damage roll.
Yep.
She will be lit up because there is no way she can avoid that attack.
Okay, 20, 21. And yep, so that's, 20, no, sorry, 18. Yeah, 23. 23 damage of radiant.
Radiant. Does Radiant do more to her? No. But she's not happy with you.
And bonus action. Good. Yeah.
All right. If that's all, Ida.
Cool. Ada's gonna run towards the zombie
That's missing an arm.
yeah, the armless boy.
Don't worry, he's armless.
Hey. And is going to try and hit him. It's only a 14 to hit.
That will hit.
Hey, okay. I'm going to use a maneuver on him. I'm going to try and trip him over.
Okay.
So it's an extra D8 of damage, and he needs to do a DC 16 strength save. 6, 13, 19 damage.
19 damage. And he fails, so
Awesome.
he
He
is
is
tripped.
prone.
You want to... We have prone condition markers, but it'll take me too long to find them, so...
And then I will make my second attack at advantage.
At advantage, because he is prone. That's going to hit.
Yep, cool. 19 on the die.
19 on the dice. Oh, I'm going to reroll both of those with great weapon fighting.
Love some
because
re-rolls, only if they're better.
That's way better. 15 damage.
We're up to that much.
How's he looking?
He will live forever.
God dang it. All right, I'm going to action surge and try and hit him
Which
again.
I'm legally allowed to say, because it's my saying. No royalties required for that one.
12 on the
Are
dice.
you the progenitor?
Yes.
I did not know that. It's a pleasure to meet you.
They will live forever.
12, 13, 14, 15 damage.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smashed into smithereens.
Yeah, I have 10 feet of movement left. I can get to the other zombie. Brilliant.
As you smash his face in, you realise that the undead was a tabaxi, a friend, Mandolin.
Oh well.
One less tabaxi bar, the world mourns.
And I've still got one attack left, so I'm gonna use my last attack on this boy. That's a nat 1.
Oof.
The emotional trauma of the previous.
Yeah, I didn't care about the tabaxi, but apparently I did.
Wild surge. Yes, we love some wild surges.
Ooh, 20.
That's a lower number.
Not good.
Oh no.
Not great.
I cast Grease centered on myself.
That's fine. That's at the back there. Excellent.
I think it's Iroquois. No, 10 feet away, so it doesn't hit you.
No, I'm 5 feet away.
No, you're still next to him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it does hit you.
All right, Dex save.
This side of the table's fine. The Grease is when you end your turn.
End, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
not yet.
Oh, yeah.
But he's
Well, I'm
still-
going to save that. Safe.
Yeah.
Sure.
If you need to end your turn there. Okay, Ida, that was all for yourself.
Yes.
The ghast in front of you, so Branson turns to Cole, seeing their mace at your hip, and reaches out, trying to claw and bite you at the same time. Now, Cole's got a decent armor class here.
It's fine.
You'll be fine. The bite misses. The claw hits.
I'll let it hit.
We do 2d6. 2d6 plus 3, so that is 8 points of slashing damage. You are a creature, and you are not undead, correct?
As far as I'm
as
aware.
far as we know.
Yeah.
At least in game, in real life.
Well,
Yeah. If you could please do a Constitution saving throw.
Sure. 15.
15. You feel as the claws rake in and kind of catch on your skin, a burning sensation like a poison, like an effect, but you shrug it off.
Yeah, strong lady.
Avoiding the paralyzation of the ghast. At the end of the ghast turn, we hit initiative count 0, and the cis in the middle pulsates. Now, 1, 2, 3. Oh, Holly and Iroquois, you are both just out of the range. For the two of you, as the necrotic energy pulses from the moat, from the cis, can you please make me a Constitution saving throw?
18 total.
18 total.
13.
13. Both of you succeed. And you're both fine.
Great.
For now.
That sounded like there was something still bad gonna happen.
Still bad was going to happen, but then I realised your numbers were, you both hit the numbers exactly.
Oh.
You felt the, actually no, you had the story award, never mind, you were fine, you were all good. You felt the wave of necrotic energy, and it's kind of like the bone boulder you smashed before, and you're like, I've got this.
Oh, that's handy.
Handy, yes. As Joel remembers that I said, this will come into effect later on. At the top of the round,
Okay.
you are standing in Greece, and you were standing next to a race.
Yeah.
You have lost some hit points. Well, technically, you've not lost any hit points. Just your
Maximum hit point goes down, yeah. I also have to make a mea culpa in the sense that actually sneak attack does not work on an object, it only works on a creature.
Ah.
DM, so I won't do that again.
That's true, that's fine.
I will drop the crossbow,
Yep.
take out the whip, whip the wraith,
Whip the Wraith.
Kinky.
get a natural one,
Oh, God.
covered in grease, so I'll whip the wraith.
Yeah.
Just
Did you
to
not
make
have
it worse.
steady aimed first?
I want to get the F out of there, that's why. Because I've made a melee attack, I can now get away from it.
Yes, you can.
1, 2, 3,
We're just
4.
leaving it there.
I'm standing right here. I'm going to try and hide behind the pillar with my bonus action,
Excellent, you can definitely do that.
which is like a 24 stealth.
Excellent. You believe you're relatively hidden. Cole,
I guess I'm going to try and hit the thing in the middle of the
thing in the middle again?
Yeah. First attack. 23.
23 will hit.
17 damage on the first one.
Yep.
6 plus, what's 9 plus 6?
Hits.
Great. I can roll both of those again with great.
So it's a good,
Please roll.
it's a good
It's
thing.
excellent, yep.
We love a fighting style that lets you re-roll.
Another 13 damage.
Another 13 damage. It will live forever.
Damn it, can I put a smile on it? Will you let me?
Are you ready?
Yes.
I will allow.
Okay. Another 5 damage.
Another 5 damage. Excellent. As you hit with your second attack, two-handed greatsword, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hit with the second attack, and as you drive it through, you're about to lift it up, and you're like, no, smite. Blasting in with your divine energy, channeling
Hey,
into
Tamora.
the cis. Hey, Tamora, eat
Hey.
this. It burns away. All the tendrils to the remaining adventurers dissipate. Jaru at the back screams in rage, and she starts running towards what remains of the cis. And then the room starts to rumble. The roof starts to crack.
oh no.
Oh no, hang on, Disney, sorry.
Run.
No, we can't do that. The strange lump of flesh shrivels, releasing a wave of, releasing a wave of screaming black energy. Can everyone make me a Constitution saving throw? You have advantage.
Ooh.
By you, I mean Eva, I'm sorry. You there next to me. You are good.
15.
Good.
7.
Not so good.
Very not good, 9.
Not good, but better.
Right.
6 points of necrotic damage,
I've seen worse.
3 points of necrotic damage, and a level of exhaustion.
Okay.
Fine and fine. What we realise is she's trying to run and save what as it's like shriveling into nothing. She's,
Bye, pretty.
Yeah, bye, pretty, come back. Effectively, you could probably stab her with a sword right now, and she would be too busy crying over the remains of her sis. There
That's
is
a sentence I never thought I'd hear.
Never thought I'd say it either. There is still 4 adventurers and 1 barkeep that are all still no longer going to turn into undeads, but also tied up. Well, at least Miboro at the back is tied up.
Yeah.
And the room is starting to collapse. Okay. What would you like to do?
Can I Misty Step and then run to her?
Yep.
And then untie her and start carrying her out?
Yes, so you're going to Misty Step and go to Miboro?
Yep.
What is Ida going to do? You magically somehow know what everyone's going to do. You've worked with each other, like giving the eye signals, the
Is it?
the nod of the head.
How big are these people on the ground? Are they medium sized or any of them small?
Look, there's probably enough that 2 of them are slim enough that like the 2 smallest you could.
Could I feasibly pick up 2
I'll
of
get
them?
my
The only thing.
I'll run out. Oh, well, I dimension door out. Okay. I'll get my borrow and you get the rest.
Okay.
I can only carry 45 kilos, like 100 pounds. So like.
Can you drag?
I could probably drag very slowly. Yeah.
If only there was a spellcaster that could turn people into things that could carry more.
That's true.
Oh, I
That
do.
is true.
Okay, we could do that. Would you like to become a giant ape?
You've been waiting all
The question every D&D party wants to have at the table. Would you like to become
Steven,
a
I
giant?
never thought you'd ask.
Okay,
course.
so you basically become what was it? Primal. Yeah. So.
All right.
He switched franchises.
Hulk. As Holly running up the back, the undead scatter off because they're
You could turn him into the giant ape when we had to beat everyone up. That would have been good too. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Holly's running to the back after throwing a spell over on Iroquois to turn you into a giant ape.
Yep.
Which will allow you to definitely get,
I pick up everyone.
You could pick up at least the 2 people, allowing a person each.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're going to grab Miboro and you're going to dimension door out.
Yep.
Do you know the direction you're heading?
500 feet that way. Whatever. Yeah. To outside.
You could go. Are we underground? Could you just go?
Yeah.
No, that's bad. Because if
stuck
you
in the
go
ziggurat
too
somewhere.
high,
Yeah.
You could just
Too
fall.
high. I will allow you to make an intelligence check.
Okay.
I mean, you could at least
Actually,
get,
an arcana check.
you could at least get yourself.
Yeah,
a
I'll
head
I
still-
assume you're proficient.
Yes, but I'm gonna tides that.
You're going to tide the
Oh,
chaos.
no.
Gonna pull us all up. This would be the best way for it to
Because the
Remember you're
dimension
carrying a
door is kind of,
collar.
Yeah, 17.
17. I will allow that you are, proficient enough with your spellcasting that you'll be able to dimension door in the right direction. But yeah, let's have the final Tides of Chaos wild magic from Holly.
Let's see.
No, no.
roll again.
Too afraid. No. Cool.
No.
Cool. You're also flying.
Giant flying ape. Nice.
Nice. For the rest of you running around, grabbing people, picking them up, and starting to run out.
Fireman carry.
Yes. So you.
Would I have time to cast a spell?
Yes.
So I could go faster?
Yes. What would you like to cast?
I would like to cast Fly on myself as
Fly
well.
on yourself,
So
yeah.
I get 60 feet so I can get
Excellent.
out of there faster.
Okay, so we are. What I will ask, only because the module requested. Well, we will give you your. We'll give you a few. So with the fly spells, is it just how many did you cast fly on?
It's just one person, so yeah, 4th level polymorph and then 4th level dimension door.
Okay, and that's your spells. So fly. I will allow the 2 of you to avoid the athletics check because you're running with a person. If you can make me an athletics check,
Yeah.
unfortunately at disadvantage.
Can I use my inspiration?
You can use your inspiration to make it a flat roll.
Yeah, cool.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
So look,
What was the? Oh,
I will say that's a 9 total,
it's a 9 total. We
But a
like a
but
9.
it's a nat 1 on the dice.
It is a nat 1. Fortunately for skill checks, nat 1s mean nothing.
Yeah.
But a total of 9 is not great. But we will come back to this.
No.
Can I, if I see her fall, can I like get her back up?
You can, but that's potentially going to put yourself at risk.
Yeah.
Okay. There is, the ape would also
slipped
fit.
on
Okay,
the
oh yeah,
grease.
I forgot you were an ape.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean,
you
I
could
could.
do-
Yeah, so one of us could do it.
Because being an ape, I feel like someone on this side is probably going to need to be doing the
I don't have the apes.
survival check
I
to
don't-
make sure you get the fastest
up.
way out of the
I don't have the
catacomb.
stat block.
I'll get it up.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I can do them, yeah.
I'll let on this side figure out who's doing the survival check.
Yeah, I just had to wait till Steve brings up the ape stat block.
Oh yes, there's because we'll need an athletics check for
Yeah,
you,
sure,
which
sure.
requires a strength of
6.
something.
That did not work. 10.
Oh, no, sorry. Athletics, +9.
Plus 9.
13.
Fortunately, you will be able to help Ida get up and start running out.
I slipped on that god dang
Yes.
wild magic grease pile.
That is true. Fleeing out, did someone make me a survival check, please?
I'm at disadvantage.
Yeah, but you have a +7.
Okay.
So do I.
14.
14. Pretty good. It's not just the chamber that is collapsing. All the maze, the whole ziggurat, it's going to change the landscape of Chult.
Okay.
Well, of Port
How big is the ziggurat?
It's half hidden underground. It's like one of those,
Sure.
just it's like an iceberg.
Like something
only
out
the
of a
tip will
Matthew
show.
Riley book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. With the, it requires an ape. You'll probably realizing get these ones in front.
I don't know. Do I still talk like a person or am I an ape? I don't know.
Enough for, the spell's starting to wear off as you're running through.
Jones vs. Kong is like the best franchise crossover I've heard of, right? Yeah.
Fortunately, any of the falling damage of the rocks on the ape is
Doesn't
just
count to
going to
me.
take the ape's HP. However, as you're getting out to the final end that lasts the trap corridor, ape trying to get through as quickly as possible in a tight enclosed space with 2 bodies, passing them back, Cole is flying back in to drag them out. Can I have an acrobatics check as an ape, please?
Can I be unaped? Because I'm actually better at it unaped. Like once I hand the last guy off,
yes.
can I get
If I
uncast?
see him out front,
You would probably be outside like
signal?
Yep.
Yeah. See an ape trying to twist and turn and barrel roll out.
Yes. 22.
It's like reverse
22. As
The hat falls off. I slide in, grab that.
and as you pull out your hat and your finger, the last block shuts.
Put it back on.
Put the hat back on. Very lucky because failing that check would not have been good. Heading in all of this commotion.
Did you deliberately write this whole module to just allow me to do every single one of the touchstone moments, or no?
Yeah, just author
Hey,
of
the
this module.
the dice tell a story, all right?
The dice, it's all the
They do.
dice. Heading back out into the refuge pit, up on kind of the top hillock, you can see 2 of the Cholton women that were hanging out with Pockmark Poe before. Just as in all of this crazy going on, somehow the running around, perhaps the sense of time just kind of threw you off underground, the sun rising up over the horizon. The 2 women standing there, unfurling a rope ladder down, kind of, a repeat of, for Fagin. Some of the adventurers that you saved are waking up. And you realise you
I could,
have...
lay on hands. and
Yeah,
them as
doing
I'm
laying
running.
hands. Miboro is kind of coming to... You realise you have saved at least 2/3 of the adventurers, plus the innkeeper. You have destroyed a part of the cyst, from what, the evil woman Jaru was saying. But of course, with your discussions with Crackles along the maze, realizing there is a Lord Zukas that still has some form to play in this part. And you realize, as Miboru's like waking up thinking, she's like, oh, thank you so much, I have nothing for you. And she pulls out a note. The same, on the front is the same handwriting as the letter that was to Poe originally. But as you unfurl it, inside, the handwriting is different.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And somewhere, 17 handouts. It's not that one, it's not that one, not that one. It's at the end. It's a letter titled To Jaru, my devoted Jaru. This is your final test as my apprentice. Take 2 pieces of the Sis and head to Port Nine Zaru. Along the way, leave one near the village of the tribe of the Falling Feather on the Mistcliff. It will transform whoever may happen by into undead and destroy their betraying hearts. Port Nine Zaru has become flooded with powerful adventurers of late. Set a trap for them and use the other mote of the Sis to turn these so-called heroes into undead lieutenants for my growing army. We shall take Chult from the living. Signed, Zukas.
I nudge Ada and say, they think we're powerful.
Very powerful. But realizing you've destroyed one mote of the Sis, there's still another one out there randomly in the jungles of Chult, where some brave adventurers will need to sally forth to take that on, maybe after a few long rests and recuperation.
Yep.
You do head back to Pockmark Poe, who showers you with gold. Unfortunately, Branson didn't make it, so her adamantine mace of smiting is now the party's to keep.
Great.
But with that, we'll thank everyone for watching once again. Hopefully the first part of this trilogy with more dealing with Zukas and his Sis motes will get dealt with in the next 2 weeks.
Disgusting.
Cross fingers.
It's a terrible word.
Terrible word, terrible word. Otherwise, thank you everyone for playing. I hope everyone that's at home watching enjoyed. Next week, Vic and Von will be back. I will be back in the player's chair. We have Brendan playing, I got this right. And Mitch is back as a DM. Stephen will see in the final week as DM. That's okay. Yes. Yep. Ari, this is no more Ari. Ari will be behind the scenes, I'm sure.
Iroquois is going to get a beer, a cleric, and then the first ship back to Waterdeep. He's sick of this.
Yeah, he's out.
Sick
He's
of this
done.
jungle.
What an ending for him, though.
Otherwise, thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you next week on
Thanks,
5
everyone.
Foot Step.